Good evening, fans, and welcome inside the Family Arena. And we are getting set for a night of quite a few firsts. Of course, joining me as well, Ted Rutan. And Ted, what a night we've got here for you at the Family Arena, the inaugural season for the MPBA. And I know you're excited. I know the fans are still filling into the arena here tonight. Should be a fun one and a night, as we said, full of firsts, as we've got a lot of St. Louis area natives as well going to be on the court tonight too.
Well, yeah, both teams are from the St. Louis area, the St. Louis RiverSharks and the Gateway Steam.
Sure.
Some local products that some of the fans out here will know. Dwayne Polk, who was a star at St. Louis University, the Billikens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should be a great night to introduce this basketball league to St. Louis.
And you mentioned it, not just these two teams, but this whole league. It's a 6-team league. We'll talk more about that throughout the course of the season, or throughout the course of the night and throughout the course of the weekend as well. We've got a doubleheader coming up on Sunday also. We're going to step aside, take a quick break, and then we'll get you ready for tip-off between the Sharks and the Steam. Bringing it to you live right here from the Family Arena here in great St. Charles.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late. Afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police cannot be charged with underage drinking.
It's Indiana's Lifeline law. Make the call, get help, save a life.
Alcohol makes smart teens do stupid things. Stop it from becoming deadly. Make the call, get help, save a life.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late, afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police cannot be charged with underage drinking.
It's Indiana's lifeline law. Make the call, get help, save a life.
Alcohol makes smart teens do stupid things. Stop it from becoming deadly. Make the call, get help, save a life.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play. Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late, afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police cannot be charged with underage drinking.
It's Indiana's lifeline law. Make the call, get help, save a life.
Alcohol makes smart teens do stupid things. Stop it from becoming deadly. Make the call, get help, save a life.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
Back inside the Family Arena, Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan, pardon me, as
That's all right,
we
Jason.
just get to know each other. And, boy, there's going to be a lot of getting to know you, if you will, to start out here this evening and to start out the inaugural season here in the MPBA, the Midwest Professional Basketball Association. So happy to bring it to you live on the air here. Thanks as well to Coach's Aid for getting all this, all the electronics, the wires run, all the good stuff. But I don't know about you. I'm excited. Kicking off some professional basketball here in St. Louis. It's been a long time coming since the Hawks were here back in the, the mid-'80s or so was the last time they were around the St. Louis area.
Well, this is a really good brand of basketball. I think people are going to be pleased. If you're not sure what you're going to see, it's going to be wide open. I expect the game to be in the hundreds.
Certainly guard-dominated play.
Yes. You're gonna see a lot of 3-guard lineups. I even believe that the Steam, and they are the home team in tonight's ball game. I believe the Steam are going to start off with a 3-guard lineup.
Well, let's start off with the lineup, and a nice way to read it in here. First, to tell you off, a very nice gesture as well from Darrell Robinson, the head coach for the Steam. Both him and Al Grushkin making their professional coaching debuts, although they've wetted their beaks, so to say, in the past. Starting out with the Gateway Steam, the home team. Despite both of these teams being from the St. Louis area, the Steam designated as the home team here tonight. Jake Anderson, who wears number 3, he'll be in the backcourt, be joined by Brandon McGill, who wears number 4, and Jonathan Miller. Mike Gills up front, he's the forward, wearing number 54 from Chicago, and then Chris Babbitt, the one of 2 St. Louis natives on the Gateway Steam roster. That's your starting 5 again. Anderson, McGill, Miller, with Gills and Babbitt in the front court. For the RiverSharks, the name you mentioned in the open real briefly as well, Dwayne Polk, the St. Louis Billiken star. He'll be joined out there and here with Brandon Hogg as well. He's from Edwardsville, Illinois, native, played at USI, which is just outside of Evansville, Indiana. And then in the front court, Terry Leak, Terry Evans, and Keith DeWitt, another USI player as well. So all sorts of small school Midwest teams coming out here as well, and the 3-man referee crew that we've got out there as well. They're ready to kick it into high gear also.
Yeah, we have Ron Olesiak Jr. from Chicago. And then a pair of officials who traveled from Bardstown, Kentucky, Phil Uhas and Jimmy Hughes. So it'll be interesting to see how they call the game. This is a long game, a 48-minute game. It's all NBA rules, a lot of action out there, really physical play. I know that both of these teams have really been working out and trying to be in great shape, but when it is opening night like this, might see some jitters, and it'll be interesting to see how the game is called as well.
Sure, I mean, you're talking about a couple of teams that frankly finalized their roster less than 48 hours ago. I mean, we're talking about teams that are building from scratch, and I've been through this before with a hockey team here in the area as well, where you're starting out from scratch with your roster, so it takes a little while too to figure out who's going to play well with each other, what kind of combinations do you want out on the floor, as well as do I have the skill level on this team to compete with, say, a Force or a Bloomington Flex team, a team that had a very good year last year in another league that is helping kickstart this league as well. So I'm interested to see all those types of things unfold on the court.
Well, of course, Jason, what you have out here in these players is you have a mixed group. You have some of the players that have just perhaps finished their college careers, and maybe they are looking to get signed maybe to the NBA DL, hopefully.
Sure.
Or perhaps get that contract overseas.
Maybe overseas in Europe somewhere, sure.
And then you also have another group of players who perhaps have already done that, been there, done that, and played overseas, and now they're coming back, and they still want to play competitive basketball, so they're willing to start this league. And then you also have some players who haven't maybe played overseas, but they still have those competitive juices and want to keep up their basketball.
Well, and this being new here in the St. Louis area, I guess one comparison I would make, and what you and I talked about briefly before we got on the air, the comparison I would make would be to the River City Rascals or the Gateway Grizzlies. Very similar player styles, guys that are just getting out of college that want to continue playing and push themselves to get over to Europe, and vice versa, as you were saying as well. Guys that are maybe near the end of their career or just trying to find a way to continue to play basketball for a living. Ed, by the way, Ed Schumer was out there at Center Court. He's the founder, the CEO, the commish, the man, if you will, of the MPBA, a St. Louis native as well. I know you've gotten to chat with him as well. I got to meet him finally face-to-face for the first time tonight. Seems like a very generous person.
And Ed was a longtime college official.
Absolutely. When you throw out the name Big 8 out there, you know it's been around for a while.
And he tossed it up like a veteran.
Like he's done it before, right?
Yes, yeah. A lot of Big 8 games, a lot of Missouri Valley games as well.
A lot of Missouri Valley, I want to say a feel to it with these rosters here. Obviously, St. Louis University, not a Valley team nowadays. Southern SIU is in there as well. There's a Southern Indiana, which is in Evansville. It's just this area of the country, I guess. I don't want to say Missouri Valley Conference because there's not a whole lot of Missouri Valley Conference players on the roster. But that feel to it, those size schools is a good comparison, I believe. Looks like we're looking at, that's a Keith DeWitt getting ready to square off against Gills, and the tip is away. It's going to be near side, and we are underway. We'll, again, as we continue to get going here, there's a quick underneath the hoop to, that was, who was that, Big 55? Was that DeWitt right off the start here, wasn't it?
Nice find there by Brandon Hogg. He immediately looked up the court. DeWitt hustling after that opening jump ball. Got it to the rim, and there's Polk with a steal.
You'll see a little bit of that. Polk, a guy who was really averaged 4.2 points a game, played 123 games for the St. Louis Billikens. That's probably probably the most familiar name on the roster for either of these two teams here tonight. Inbound, looking to McGill. He'll throw it across court, and the whistle blows. Was looking away. What happened? Got a pushing foul on 42, it looks like, down low. Chris Babbitt out of Quincy University. That's just up the river a little bit on the Illinois side of things. I believe that was a call.
I couldn't tell if they called that on either Leak or Evans for the RiverSharks. They've got 2 fouls though. Polk got the first foul when we thought he had a steal.
Saw that one. Didn't see the call on the other one. That's all right. We'll get the stat update at the end of the quarter here. Up top of the key, dribble behind the back. Now the shot up off the back iron, rebound on the weak side. Snagged there by Terry Evans, and they'll push it up court. Far side now, spot up. That's a long distance too. NBA rules here. They've got the floor painted out here in St. Charles with a 3-point line for the first time I've seen it in years. Now a little pump fake, driving to the baseline. Instead, kick out right wing. There's a 3-point shot up and no good. Rebound pulled down again by the very tall, very athletic as well, Keith DeWitt. High Point, North Carolina native, played for the Eagles at Southern Indiana.
Good matchup out front there between McGill and Polk.
We'll dump down low again. That's Keith DeWitt. He'll turn and fire it home. Bucket is good.
Nice inside move there by the 6'10 DeWitt.
High Point, North Carolina. It's amazing he got away from the Panthers out there. Pretty good basketball program from time to time as well. There's a kick out left wing. There's a 3-pointer, no good. The rebound's going to drop into Leak's hands. He'll push it ahead quickly now. A ball fake, left-handed layup, up and good. And a nice take there by Brandon Hogg from Southern Indiana. A lot of names for the Eagles here tonight.
And DeWitt running the floor, kept the defense occupied, allowed Hogg to get it all the way to the basket.
It was Bruce Pearl who coached for a while at the University of Southern Indiana.
Before he went on to Wisconsin, I believe.
Tennessee as well. I mean, he's
Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
Wisconsin, Milwaukee, right. From there to Wisconsin, Milwaukee to he went straight to Tennessee from Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and then I don't know what he's doing right now. He's pretty good on TV. He's a good guy on TV. Is that where he is now?
He's back at Auburn this year.
All right. You're only punished for a short time. If you can pick up the W's, it doesn't really matter what. Far side of the floor now, you'll see that Jake Anderson.
Can hear it.
Getting ready to dump it in,
Greshkin over here, barking out some instructions, what he wants, the cross screen and then up through the double screen.
They do get it inbound. That's to Babbitt. Now back up top it goes McGill. Watching the shot clock. He's got 8 seconds. Now fired left side. There's a take instead of corner. 3-ball launched and buried. Up and in. That was out of the hands of Chris Babbitt. Just mentioned him from Quincy University.
First points in the history of the Gateway Steam.
6-3 your score. RiverSharks on top after hitting the first 3. All of them layups. Top between the circles with it now. Looking down low, that was Brandon Hogg. Now he looks for the screen up top, takes it to the right, step back, launches the 3 off the glass. That was a expiration here on the shot clock. Yep, just hit glass, no iron. And they'll inbound it near side here. They'll inbound it here, and you can hear the coach going in front. Kind of a unique spot. We're right down in front of the action. Across the timeline, now it's dumped under the left wing. Little hesitation dribble. Maybe got away with a bit of a push off. That's Jonathan Miller. Now he's going to try to take it to the hole instead. Kicks it baseline. There's a jump shot up, and no good. Weak side rebound. Poked back to himself. That's Keith DeWitt. And he'll get it into the hands of the former Billiken Polk. Picks up his dribble, kicks it in right over to the far side with it. Trying to go baseline again. Pulls it up. Maybe got away with a slide of foot. There's a nice hesitation. Now it takes to the rack by Evans. Back up top again. Passing up the jumper. Now left elbow. That one's up and in. Good. Terry Link again. The Memphis, Tennessee native with the bucket.
Got up Delta State.
Stretches the lead to 8-3 now for the RiverSharks. 8:35 left here in the first quarter. So the three-pointer, that one's up off a bit short. Rebound by DeWitt again. He's had an impact here in the early going, that's for sure. There's a crossover, now kick to the right wing. Dump back down low to DeWitt. Turns inside, lays it up and over the front end of the iron.
Keith DeWitt is a load so far this game. He's got 3 rebounds and 3 easy buckets around the rim. While for the Steam, Gills has been content to shoot the outside shot.
There's a nice finger roll take to the rack. Up and good there for Jonathan Miller from Washington, D.C., and there's a foul call. Trying to take it to the hole there was Brandon Hogg from Edwardsville, Illinois. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple. Kenny Williams just checked into the game as well, 6'7", 2 1/4. At least I don't see him out there anymore. At least he was going to check in. Maybe they sent him back down. Won't be the last time I'm wrong tonight. First of 2 is up and good there from Hogg.
Let's watch this matchup now. We're going to see some the subs come in. We're going to see a lot of new faces.
Yeah, including Kenny Williams, who I was missing. He tucked behind that table for 6'7", 2 1/4. He's agile.
And number 24.
He was putting on a show during warm-ups too. It was a serious dunking.
He can throw it down. Yes, he can throw it down.
Now let's see with the subs on the floor. Let's see if the Steam try to attack the RiverSharks any differently now. They did have Gills when he was on the floor, taking that outside shot, trying to draw DeWitt away from the basket.
Free throw missed, and back the other direction we go. Little give and go, nice take all the way to the rack. Couldn't hit the easy layup though on the other end, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Steam. No, they're going to say Steam basketball. Here comes Kenny McGowan from McKinney, Texas. Spent a week there one night. The Lone Star State. Here's an inbound to the other end. Quickly they go. Little finger roll, and he dropped it in there. That's Williams.
That's the second time the RiverSharks have taken the Steam by surprise and looked right up the court. Got the easy one.
13-5 is your score. There's a hesitation up top. A lot of contact, no call. 3 ball right wing. That one's good. Jake Anderson.
Pair of 3-pointers keeping the Steam close.
Big 12 guy, Anderson, Iowa State. And what do we get? We get a hand check call here?
I think Fortenberry is going to get called for trying to muscle up on Keith DeWitt, as DeWitt is trying to establish that low position and has done a great job of it so far.
Timeout called as well to our left by Mr. Al Groshkin. Again, he's got 30 years under his belt in the collegiate ranks. This is his first time coaching in the pro leagues. And we're going to step aside. No, we're going to leave it right here for now. Leave it right here. Live TV/radio, you got to love it on the internet. I was talking earlier saying, listen, it's on the internet. We can do whatever we want to, right? There's no rules.
That's right. That's right. No,
it's inaugural evening. You never know what you're going to run into here. You know, I've been to these crazy nights when you start it all off from scratch.
This is a beautiful facility, though. And
I was just about to ask you your thoughts on the facility so far.
I think this is a great facility, and I really hope that people come out and give it a chance. The level of play, I've been so impressed so far with Keith DeWitt. Let's see if he can keep this up. I mean, he's 6'10". Somebody out there is looking because he's pretty quick. He's beating the other.
He's getting down the court quick.
He's beating his opponent down the floor. He's hustling. He's got rebounds. He's got 8 points, I believe. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I believe he's got 8 of the 13 for the RiverSharks.
Then to reset things for you, it is 13-8. RiverSharks with the lead over the Steam. 7:20 left to go in the first quarter.
First horn? Do we have a first horn?
Ready to get play back underway. There's Torres Roundtree.
Oh, and DeWitt is left open. They didn't catch him.
There's a little running fadeaway jumper that's no good. Now it's lobbed back up top to the center circle, and the RiverSharks are going to reset things. Hesitation, dribble to the right, onto the wing, trying to get it down low again. And they do. They get it in the hands of DeWitt. Turnaround, right-hander. That one's good again. You said establishing. I think it's already been established down low on the post. DeWitt's the man down there for now. Nice pick up top as well. Stolen away. Is that a leak? Trying to take it to the rack. That was Terry Evans. Couldn't get the rebound to go. Guess who's there? DeWitt with the bucket and the bruise. Oh, man. Almost jumped out of the seat to my left, didn't you, partner?
Keith
He's
DeWitt
everywhere.
is running the show here in the first quarter.
It's not just a 6'10" frame that's impressive. He's very quick. I mean, he's a slender guy out there. He's not built big. They've got him listed at 235. He's close to that. But some good moves, some good quickness. Stays with the play as well, as you were talking about the hustle. That's why he's at the free throw line right now, trying to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play. Spins the ball in his hands, high as the back of the iron, and
good
the shot is true.
Good shooter.
18-8, Sharks lead it.
Very impressive so far.
That's Mosley Jr. with the ball. He'll toss it to the left side, drive to the rack. Now a hesitation, shot up and good. That's Jake Anderson. Heard a lot from his name earlier. He's really the only guy that's got it going. There's a take and a foul. Watch out, heading right to us. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on number 51. That's Chad Fortenberry. Gateway needs to be careful too. Fortenberry at 6'7" represents really the only size they have on their roster. They've also got Mike Gills who got the start. Him and Fortenberry, the only two guys over 6'6". And speaking of the devil, here he comes. Trying to lob it back in again to DeWitt. Looking for some help. He'll finally dump it to Williams. Williams back up top to DeWitt. He's at the top of the key though, nowhere to go. Now left side, there's a three-pointer from Williams, and he buried it. No, they say two. His foot was on the line, but nonetheless, some nice passing that time by our man DeWitt again.
Really good two-man game there. They got it into DeWitt in the post. They ran a couple of cuts off of him, and then DeWitt able to find Williams.
Here's a tank. There's a shot from the left elbow. That's going to rattle out, no good. Took it off the top of the cylinder almost, and now kicked it right side. Pull up, there's a shot down low. I guess it was a half shot and decided to throw the pass down there. And we're going to reset things, backing it up.
He's going to say it was a pass.
Of course it was. Of course it was. I'll take the statistician out to dinner for that one. A couple crossovers there. That's McGowan trying to get to the hoop. He throws the up and under, but it didn't go. Rebound pulled down by Gills, and he'll kick it out to Anderson. Up the court quickly. Left wing, there's a three ball up and off the back of the iron. No good rebound, though, slapped up top. Hesitation, kicked into the corner again. That was Anderson. He thought about it. Now we'll spin baseline, and there's a fadeaway. That'll be short as it rattles out. And the rebound snagged by DeWitt. Roundtree with it. He'll walk it up the court. And now slow things down a bit. Look towards the bench for a call from his coach. That's Al Grushkin. Coming off his screen into the hands now. That's Williams. Right back to DeWitt under the basket. He'll use it nicely and then bank it off the window and in. Little ticky-tack foul there, but he stayed with it.
Two-man game going the other way this time. Last time down the court it was DeWitt to Williams. This time Kenny Williams returned the favor, and DeWitt, an impressive double clutch move under the bucket. Count it and put him on the line.
We'll get that stat update as soon as we do. That's double digits for sure for this young man. High Point, North Carolina. I say that with love because I used to live there. Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and High Point, the old triad area out there. Missed the free throw, though, and with under 5 minutes left, it's 22-10. RiverSharks with the lead over the Steam. Steam basketball up top of the key. Left side, that's Terrell Williams with it. He'll dribble one time, now get rid of it. Left wing again, that's Mosley Jr. RiverSharks playing some D, getting some screen, and Steam
Yeah,
a blocking foul called
get,
on Steam. Yep.
Yeah, Dimitri Riggs.
Dimitri Riggs, that's his second personal 6th team foul. Checking in for the RiverSharks, number 35. Slim McGee.
There's Slim McGee just checking in. He thought Keith DeWitt was tall. Slim 6'11", but he's 205. No chance.
I think we may have a...
Slim McGee is not 6'11", 205. You think?
Or that's not Slim McGee.
Or that's not Slim McGee.
We'll check that one out at the end of the... Matter of fact, we may hear about this right now.
We're gonna figure it out here. All right, James Hicks is number 35. Forget about Slim McGee. Not dressing tonight.
Yeah, Slim is in street clothes over.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I saw him. He had the longest pair of skinny jeans I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen longer skinny jeans in my life. Let's get back to the action here. There's a shot from the corner, and a whistle's going to blow. Looks like they probably got to Tyrell Hersey on a push over there on that three-point shot. That is going to be the call. And that'll send Mosley Jr. to the line. Missouri S&T's where he played his college ball, the Chicago, Illinois native at the stripe for a pair, and he gets the first one to drip in over the front of the iron.
Yeah, not really good foul there. You've got a jump shooter taking a three and going ahead and giving him 3 free throws.
Second one pure as well.
And it was right in front of Jimmy Hughes, veteran official from Bardstown, Kentucky.
Third free throw up, and that one's going to rattle in again. And so the Steam have found themselves in double digits now, and they're putting on some full court pressure. Nice hesitation before getting to the line there by Roundtree, and they finally do break the pressure with the ball in his hands. That's Hogg. Crossover on the right wing, looking for a screen. Now he's going to take it to the rack himself. Left-handed, no good, and the rebound batted around a bit before it's controlled by the Steam. Back the other way, that's Dimitri Riggs. He had it, gave it up, now up top. Thought about the three-pointer. Instead, there's a pass almost deflected out of bounds. Gathered nicely, though, by Mosley Jr. Now tipped up in the air, and here come the RiverSharks the other way. Nice job to avoid the contact there and to put it in by Kenny Williams.
Beautiful shift to the left hand off the glass.
Walking it up the near side of the court. And that's Mosley. Looking for the screen, and right around it he goes. Nice dump-off pass underneath, and it's off the window and in. Here's that pressure again, 1-2-2. We'll see a 1-2-1-1, and there's a travel call. No, they wanted a travel on the right side. Darrell Robinson, he saw travel. He didn't get the travel, though, and we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and take it as well. 24-15, RiverSharks with the lead. You're tuned in on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
Back inside the Family Arena in old St. Charles, Missouri, just west of the Missouri River, which is just west of St. Louis, which is just west of the Mississippi River. 24-15, Sharks with a lead over the Steam. First quarter action. Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan. Bringing you the action live in the inaugural game in the inaugural season between a pair of St. Louis teams, and how appropriate considering the CEO of this newfound league is a St. Louis native himself.
Well, so far, Jason, it's been the size and athleticism of St. Louis RiverSharks over the guard play and three-point shooting of the Steam. 9 of the Steam's 15 have come on three-point shots.
Whistle on Kenny Williams down low with a push on the backside of one of the Steam players, and so we'll take it the other direction. But that was well said right there. RiverSharks have the size. They've had the slower game. You can even hear Coach Grushkin yelling from time to time, hey, slow it down. And I think the Steam, when they've gone coast to coast, they've stepped it up, and that's why you saw them go to that 1-2-1-1. There's a three-point shot from the corner, and it's buried again. Guess who? That's Jake Anderson. Here come the Sharks up court again, facing that full court pressure. As Coach Robinson tries to speed the game up. Take to the baseline, nowhere to go. There's stumped. You can hear the slap of the skin over here as Williams went to the rack. He was hacked and fouled, didn't hit the shot, but he'll head to the line for a pair. As Keith DeWitt, after a well-deserved rest, is set to check in.
Nice bind across the lane there from Brandon Hogg, too.
Angelo State is where Kenny Williams played his college ball most recently, 6'7", 2 1/4. Lines up the first to 2, and he'll rattle it in.
Checking in for the RiverSharks.
Apparently, DeWitt will be checking in for
him, yep.
Kenny Williams.
Not unless he hits it, and he missed it, but the offensive rebound, put back, no good. He got to it quickly, did James Hicks.
Mosley got away with a walk there.
There's a poke from the backside, and boy, they didn't think about it. Looked like Hogg thought he had a clean one.
RiverSharks foul number 21, Brandon Hogg.
And finally, we'll get that substitution. Williams out as DeWitt comes in. Also checking back in is Tyrell Hersey from Victory University. I don't know where that is. You know where Victory University is? He's a Memphis native, if that helps. At the free throw line, that's Jake Anderson. He's been filling it up tonight. Former Cyclone from Iowa State. First one is up and good. Nice touch at the line. Got that nice rotation as well. You can see he'll be relied on by Coach Robinson this season to fill it up. Next one on the way, good as well. 25-20, and ever since the Steam went to that full court pressure, started to speed up this game, as you were talking about, it certainly fits their style better, and they've gone on a nice little run. Back the other way, here come the RiverSharks to the rack, and he laid it up and in. What a take there by Brandon Hogg.
Beautiful move and switch to the right hand at the last moment.
Now you can really see the Steam trying to force things one-on-one, and there's a shot rebound pulled down, and it's quickly outletted to Wayne Polk. The former Billiken into traffic. Now he'll leave it out top again. That's Brandon Hogg looking to pick up the screen. Now he'll take it to the rack himself. Tough shot, no good. Rebound right there, though. That's DeWitt. He'll put it back up and in.
I don't think it's a coincidence that when DeWitt went to the bench, the Steam were able to make up some ground on the RiverSharks. He's back in quickly, 4 points for the RiverSharks.
Well, give some credit to the Sharks as well, going right back to him, and there's a three ball buried. Anderson again.
He's lighting it up.
But it didn't take long for the RiverSharks to find DeWitt down low. And now a timeout's going to be asked for right in front of us as Tyrell Hersey's going to pick it up. We're going to step aside real quickly as well. It is 29-23, RiverSharks with a lead over the Steam. You're tuned in to the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late, afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police can...
Back inside the family arena. 1:21 left in the first quarter, 29-23. RiverSharks with the lead and the basketball as they come out of the timeout. There's a baseline drive trying to go up and under, swatted away, but DeWitt there with the rebound. He has it stripped out of his hands, but it'll stay RiverShark basketball with 1:12 left in the quarter.
First time we've seen DeWitt go down with a bounce there that allowed the Steam to get a hand on it and knock it away.
A little physical play down low there as well. Letting some bodies bang in there too. We were talking about a lot of what are we going to see in our pregame here tonight. What type of refereeing are we going to see? What type of skill level are we going to see? And I think we've been pleasantly surprised across the board. I really do.
Shot clock will be reset to 13 seconds.
Nice job of officiating there, getting the shot clock reset.
You always got to get that nice shot of officiating when the official walks by the table, too. You got to make sure they know we're talking good about him out there. There's a shot fading away to the baseline. That one's not going to go. And the rebound on the weak side taken there by the Steam. Up court the other way. There's a rip through traffic, and that was Lester Hart, Illinois Springfield University product. Wow, now some pushing and shoving down low. Williams and Evans fighting back and forth, and they're going to get the RiverSharks. Terry Evans on the call.
Second personal, 6, team foul. Checking in for the RiverSharks, number 44.
Well, yeah, Evans right there just trying to be very aggressive to get that low post position. And
under a minute left here in the first. That's Mosley Jr. with it. He's going to go ahead and feel it, launch it. It wouldn't go, but the rebound skying in to put the finger roll in. That was Mike Gills. Back the other way, though. There's a little lob. Nobody there for it. But getting it and putting it up in was Williams. Miscommunication from the onset, but Williams came down with the basketball and put it off the glass and in. 25 seconds left in the quarter. 31-27, RiverSharks with the lead, but the Steam with the momentum. They take it to the rack. No, shot couldn't get up and go. Here's Williams pushing it the other direction. He'll kick it right side to DeWitt. DeWitt spin move, baseline, leaves it hanging. Can't get the first shot. He gets his own rebound. Right-handed hook shot off the window and in.
Nice job of staying with it.
4 seconds left. Little push up top. Anderson trying to play some one-on-one. Off-balance shot. Never got anything on it. And that'll take us to the end of one. A good first quarter of the MPBA. It's 33-27. RiverSharks with a lead over the Steam. We'll step aside real quick and come back with second quarter action after this. You're tuned into it right here on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
Burger King. Back inside the family arena, Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan as we bring you the inaugural Missouri Midwest Professional Basketball Association game here tonight between two Missouri teams, the Gateway Steam and the St. Louis RiverSharks. Been a good first quarter so far. 12 minutes on the clock for the second one.
Well, Jason, the RiverSharks got off to that good start as they went to Keith DeWitt repeatedly down low. But then the Steam got rolling a little bit. Some outside shooting there from Jake Anderson. A foul on a three-point attempt that Mosley converted all three free throws there. And I believe they've made 4 or 5 three-pointers. As soon as we get those first quarter stats, we'll...
And that's kind of what the holdup is right now as well, just making sure that the right team has the ball coming out of the timeout, and all the things that happen on the first night of Yeah, you never know, and anything that you don't think about will certainly happen. So you've got to be prepared anyway. We're ready to rock and roll here, though. But I think you touched on it. It was a tale of two halves of that first quarter. RiverSharks establishing their power down low early. The Steam establishing their speed late. This is going to be an interesting dynamic the rest of the way. There's a three-point shot from one of those big boys down low for the Steam, but shot no good from Mike Gills. And here come the Sharks up the court the other direction. That's Polk with it in the center circle.
Yeah, Gills is taking 4 3-point attempts.
There's a nice lob down low and a good finish again by Keith DeWitt, showing some touch around the basket as well. Really, all of it's been touch around the basket. Come to think of it, it's like we've seen him have to throw a couple things down. He's had to make some nice little plays down low, and a three ball in the corner. That's Curtis Mosley Jr. with the tray.
Mosley and Anderson really keeping the Steam close in his game.
Ball out of bounds, baseline left, and just tapped out by the Steam.
They reset the shot clock, and Ron Oleziak Jr. coming over to get that squared away. I think they'll settle for 20.
Yep. Just like I said, got some new guys on the clocks here tonight, so working out the kinks. But you said it, this trio has been on it tonight. Here they come to inbound it from the baseline quickly. In the hands of Roundtree, a pump fake. He'll go up and under, can't get the shot to go, but he was fouled on the try and will head to the free throw line after the foul being picked up on Mike Gills.
First personal, 19 foul. At the line for the RiverSharks, number 12, Torres Roundtree.
Here's Roundtree to the line. A lot of colorful shoes out there on the floor as well as he front ends the first of two attempts. Next one on the way. That one rattles in. 36-30, Sharks leading the Steam. Early moments of the second quarter here at the Family Arena. Anderson kicks the ball left side. That's Gills. Not afraid to shoot from the outside. Hasn't hit one yet, though. There's a little give and go down low. They go, and reaching in to try to swat it away. There was DeWitt. Foul's going to be called on him for the block. DeWitt. And I'm still looking for Slim McGee out there. There's no more Slim McGee. But he's another big shot blocker that they've got on this roster as well.
I'm unsure as to why they haven't reset the fouls here in the second quarter. In NBA action, right now they're showing team fouls of 9 and 8 on the...
Or the shot clock, for that matter. We just
Correct.
went over that.
Yeah.
First free throw missed by Terrell Williams. Been playing his college ball not far from here down in Jefferson City at Lincoln University. A rebound pulled down by DeWitt. He gets hacked. No call, though. He still holds on to the basketball, and here comes Roundtree to speed it up court far side. Now right in front of us, that's Brandon Hogg with it. Right side back to Roundtree, looking down low, nothing doing, so up to Hogg again as they kind of reset things. He looks for the high screen. He'll take it himself, kicks it into the corner. Open three-point look. The shot is up. It hits the front of the iron. No good, and the rebound pulled down. That's Mike Gills again. Mosley Jr. leaves the pass off to his left. Mishandled, though, and here comes Polk. Polk, he's got some size on him, and his shot swatted up against the rim. Pinned against the rim as well in the backboard. And the where's the clock going? Well, it's RiverShark basketball. They'll hold on to it.
They're going to have a jump ball off that.
All right, NBA rules, right? Jump ball, absolutely. They just don't do alternating possession.
Checking in for the team, number 22, Ryan.
Check it out here on the replay. As you can see, Polk thought about dropping it back and then has it pinned up there.
Yeah, that's a long arm there for Gills to try to get that in.
Yeah, Mike Gills really hustling back, and Polk could have, he was thinking about dropping it back to the trailer.
Sure.
But he thought maybe I can look him back and go ahead and get it up. But Gills, got to give Gills a lot of credit for hustling back on D.
Gills with the tip. It's going to be RiverShark basketball.
Little double tip there. I think that first went off of Roundtree, and then Mosley couldn't get his hands away in time.
I'm not sure anybody knows exactly what happened on that play. Into the corner, a quick inbound, and the shot is up, no good. Weak side rebound being batted around before. It's between the legs of a couple players, and they're going to give the ball back to the RiverSharks, who do have a 6-point lead at 36-30. Looking to inbound it again, looking up top, and instead it goes into the corner. That's Kenny Williams. He'll pull up, shot, left a bit short, rebound, pulled down for the first time. We've seen Brian Trueblood on the court. Trying to set a pick up top is Trueblood. He'll get the ball right back on the return. Now kick it one more time. Left wing three ball from Trueblood, no good. On the weak side rebound, it was an air ball. Now kicked ahead. That's Williams with it, and he'll two-handed flush it.
Nice look up the court again. RiverSharks not afraid to leak somebody out.
I was about to say, we talked a lot about the steam getting up and down the court quickly, but that was a nice job by the RiverSharks. Not wasting any time. Up top of the key, Mosley down low again. It just can't can't handle it underneath. That's Jonathan Miller from D.C., Washington, D.C. Williams checks out Terry Evans, who started this game. He's right back in there again. Terry Evans from Wisconsin, Green Bay. You wonder how some of these players come along, you know? I mean, you really don't wonder. I mean, you and I certainly know doing what we do, but it's amazing the connections that these players have, that these coaches have. Boy, that one was right in the ear, huh?
Yes, it was.
But the players and the connections that the players have and the coaches have, or the coach has with the player as well, it's pretty amazing. We'll talk more about that here down the road. 38-30, Sharks with a lead over the Steam. Back with more after this on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com. With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this.
And the RiverSharks going at it in front of us live, but Bloomington Flex, Champaign Swarm, the Chicago Force, and the Windy City Groove make up the 6-team league in its first year in existence. And I know the Bloomington Flex, that's a familiar name. They were part of the, was it the PCB or PLB?
The PBL.
PBL, there we go. There we go. And a very good team at that. And obviously these two teams here in the St. Louis area, brand new from scratch. Had a combined tryouts a couple of weeks ago to the Sharks and the Steam.
And, of course, Jason, you've got a couple more games coming up here on Sunday.
True, that's right. A doubleheader coming up on Sunday at 1 o'clock. These RiverSharks will take on those Bloomington Flex. And then right after that at 4 o'clock, the Chicago Force will be here as well. They'll take on the Gateway Steam. So a double dip of action on Sunday as that shot is off at the last second. No good. And we'll push it up court the other direction. That's Brandon McGill with it. He'll take it to the rack himself. Gets hammered on his way. Didn't get it up and in. He'll get helped up off the court, but McGill will head to the line to shoot a pair after the pushing foul called against a pair of Sharks. I'm not sure who they gave it to eventually. Gave it to Roundtree.
It's interesting after that timeout that the RiverSharks came out and they isolated Hogg. And Jonathan Miller did a great job one-on-one defense, forced Hogg into a tough fadeaway.
First for McGill, splashes through. Sporting that bright blue kinesial tape on the right shoulder there. I mean, these guys know how important this is. Like, he's got a banged up right shoulder. You've seen Terry Evans running around with the face mask all night as well. Because the next one is in there and good on the free throw. This isn't the NBA by any means, but these guys know there's a lot of opportunity for them to make a name for themselves here. And move up. Stay here as long as you can, but get on out of here as quick as you will. And what a take to the rack there by Terry Leak. Delta State. 40-32, RiverSharks. There's another take home. Now it's kicked outside. And look at that, though. 3 guards all waiting around the perimeter, and the 3 ball is up. They give him a 3, or was his foot on the line there? That was Anderson again with the bucket, any way you look at it.
I believe they just gave him 2.
Just 2, okay. Too many lines on the court here. They've got the high school, the college, and the NBA. 8 seconds left of the shot clock. There's a pull-up shot. Buried. Triple that time from Kenny McGowan. 7:40 left in the second. There's some dribbling now, a leave-off pass. It's going to go left side to the rack. The little right-handed runner is in and good. Brian Trueblood, one of the St. Louis natives who went to college not far from here at Rockhurst. So there's a little leave pass, easy bucket for Terry Leak.
McGowan with a nice move along the baseline. The officials, I believe, let the foul go because they knew if he went ahead and was able to get past it and drop that off, it was an easy 2. Sometimes officials, in my opinion, they may not admit it, but if something good is about to happen, they won't make the call to take away the good play that could happen.
Good officials, I would say, do that. Got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take it as well. 45-36, RiverSharks starting to put together a little string of points here. You're tuned in right here on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
You can hear the thumping in the background inside the family arena. Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan, and we've got 7:06 left in the second quarter here. 45-36, the visiting RiverSharks leading the Gateway Steam. But despite both of these teams being from St. Louis area, both of these teams call the family arena the home team, or the home field, home court. But the Steam is the designated home team here tonight, coached by Darrell Robinson from Danville, Illinois, and his counterpart, Al Grushkin. Both of them making their pro coaching debut. Grushkin, a guy who coached a little at Oglethorpe for the Stormy Petrels, one of the more unique college mascots.
Down in Atlanta, I believe.
In Atlanta, you got it. Beautiful campus, too. Been on there before. It's very old. It's been around for a long time. Oglethorpe is named after, I believe, somebody in history. He was an explorer or something along those lines.
It was Mr. Oglethorpe.
Yes, Mr. Oglethorpe. He might even been a Sir Oglethorpe. He's more famous than you or I are, I'll tell you that much.
You were correct.
We do have clarification that the fouls do go per quarter, as in the NBA. It's the 5th team foul in each quarter leads to the
gives you the bonus.
Yes. And that's one of the things. Again, we're in our first night of the league. Some of the players, some of the scorekeepers. Yeah, I mean, people are just maybe not used to all the intricacies of the NBA game.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know every rule out of the NBA scorebook as well. I'm guarantee you these players don't, but I guarantee you who does. These three guys in black and gray here tonight, they have been on top of it across the board. Here's a take to the rack. Hanging in the air, and he hit the shot anyway. Oh, man. What a take there by Brandon Hogg.
He's been impressive taking it to the hole tonight.
Awesome opportunity for Hogg as well. I mean, Edwardsville, Illinois native, just across the river, just across onto the east side. So nice for him to be able to kind of play for his hometown as well. Free throws
We'll
up.
get one more look at it here in a minute. That was a beautiful move there by Brandon Hogg.
Yeah, you got it up top. As they run through the replay there, he'll kind of try to take it hard to the
Watch Hogg here now as he doesn't use the screen but draws the contact. Count it. Put him on the line.
Back to live action here with 6:40 left in the second. 48-36. RiverSharks with the lead. There's some pushing, absolutely. Reaching out with his arm there. That time was Brandon Hogg. And he had a guy get in front of him. He grabbed his arm and pulled his arm out of the way so he could try to cut the corner. They got it on the offensive man that time. And Hogg is talking with it on the far side over there, trying to get an explanation as to what he did wrong. I know what he did wrong. I bet you he does too. Trying to see what he can get away with, not an explanation. In the corner, there's a little step-through move. Now hanging at the block and just sticking his hand up in the air. Looked like Terry Evans thought he had a clean block. They're going to whistle him, though, for the contact. And they're going to pull Evans out of there. I believe that's 3 personal fouls they are saying on Evans. So they'll pull him out, and the free throw to be taken to my right by Chris Babbitt.
Well, what the official saw right there was he thought at first it was a clean block, and I thought it was as well. However, Evans went ahead and came down with it. He was reaching out. He didn't have, Roy Hibbert of the Pacers in the NBA has done a great job of working the principle of verticality, but that time Evans, maybe sometimes you get a little tired, you don't realize you're reaching down, but he did come across on that.
It's almost like it was up top to start with, and then on his way down, he reached straight ahead.
Yeah.
48-37, Sharks leading the steam. Taking it inside and now kick back right wing, 3-ball up and good. That's Terry Lee.
Beautiful basketball there from Hogg. The hesitation dribble, got into the lane, draws the defense, kicked it out, and the open 3.
The Midwest boy there from Memphis, Tennessee. There's a take to the hole as well. Didn't get a piece of it, did DeWitt, but he's got those long arms right there just taking up space. Pump fake on the pass, now to the right wing, cutting inside. Watch out, hanging, hesitation. That one's not going to go either. Rebound pulled down by Leak. And here come the Sharks up court in the other direction. Behind his back, that's Leak. Now he'll leave it. And right in front of us, it's Brandon Hogg. Spins inside, now kicks it up to DeWitt. There's a little free throw, jump shot, no good. High up for the rebound. And it's pulled down by Babbitt. Here comes the steam the other direction. There's a take into the corner looking for the 3-ball. We've got a foul, offensive charge called against the steam. Foul's going to be on number 4. That was McGill, who just didn't dished it, but he kept on going after he dished it to the corner.
Anytime you leave your feet on a pass, not too many good things are going to happen.
McGowan's going to walk it up court himself. Miller on him defensively. Now they'll switch that off. McGowan left wing with 5 minutes left in the half. Gives it up now, gets it right back up top, wide open look at 3, and he just missed it short. Ball being banted around a little bit, and now a foul's going to be called down low in the paint. I believe they just got McGill again. Yeah, saying McGill had DeWitt kind of locked up in there.
Phil Uhas explaining himself to McGill.
And DeWitt will walk to the line.
At the line for the RiverSharks, number 55.
So 5th team foul here in the second quarter will send Keith DeWitt back to the free throw line. I believe he's 1 out of 2 there this evening.
Started out the game hot, but we've talked a lot about how the RiverSharks kind of established themselves down low. We need to give a little credit to this team who have done a little better job on DeWitt since the initial, I'd say, 10 minutes of this contest. Kind of figured out how to defend him a little bit better. Next shot is out. That one rattles around and drops in.
He's got a nice touch from the line.
Yeah, we saw that in a couple of his moves down on the block, too. Pretty nice hands around the hole. Under 5 left in the half. Steen with the basketball up top of the key. It goes. There's another 3-ball launched and missed. It rattled out. 0 for 3 now from distance for Mike Gills. Bouncing ball through some legs. It hit off of, looks like the RiverSharks just got coverage on that, or just got a call to go their way on that one. Beside himself is Brandon McGill, who's probably still upset about the last call on him. RiverSharks will inbound it. Should be baseline, I would think. Nope, they're going to put it in front of their bench. Now DeWitt to set the screen. He'll pop back inside again. Yep, they tried it anyway. Now around the defense. Put back, no good. DeWitt just, you can see his arms reaching high over everybody else. Couldn't get it to go. And finally was slammed into. It's going to be on John Miller, and so DeWitt back to the free throw line. You talked about it earlier in the game. DeWitt doing a good job when he gets the ball high, leaving it high, not bringing it back down to his waist and bringing it back down to the short guys.
Especially when you know you have the height advantage. The tallest player on the roster tonight for the Gateways team is 6'7", and Fortenberry not in there right now, so it's 6'6". Mike Gills.
First one no good though. Gotta cash in when you get to the charity stripe though.
I believe that's 3 out of 5 so far. And now it's 17-point lead.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Oh, I mean, it was the Steam kind of charging back. You say it's a game of runs, Steam charging back, but they lose a lot of energy on it too. And quite frankly, the Sharks have gotten back to playing good offense again. Foul on DeWitt again, kind of a reach around, a cheap foul for a big man to take. If you're 6'10", you don't want to be taking those little reach around, little smack jobs. You want to
make your foul worth it.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're guarding your paint. It's going to send John Miller to the line.
Really important here for the Steam to put together a solid final 4 minutes of this first half.
First shot up, no good.
Polk back into the lineup for McGowan, and McGowan was really an offensive force there for a few minutes.
And not only these players getting back to playing basketball again, but the coaches as well. Everybody trying to get a feel for each other, who plays best at what spot on the floor. Am I a 2-guard or a swing man of some sort? Am I a 3 or a 4?
And rotations as well, your substitution patterns.
Who can you not have off the court? Do you have to have DeWitt on the court? And if you don't have DeWitt on the court, where do you need to supplement your offense from or your defense from? A lot to learn over the course of the season. And there's a shot. Finger roll, it's up and in. I don't know how he got it out over Stretch Armstrong's.
Brandon McGill with a beauty.
Wow. Got a timeout on the floor. That's your media timeout. We'll take it as well. 54-40. RiverSharks leading the Steam. Back with more after this on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
Back inside the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. Thanks for everybody tuning in tonight to the inaugural Midwest Professional Basketball Association broadcast. proud to be doing it alongside Ted Rutan. And we are doing just that. Rutan for these teams to put together a good next 3:49 is what they've got left in the first half. RiverSharks up 14, and at the free throw stripe for this team is Brandon McGill.
Boy, that was a beautiful move he had right there before that timeout.
Free throw is up, and it falls off the side of the rim, rebounded by DeWitt. And the team putting that pressure back on again. Are they just going to pick up full court, man-to-man? That's what they're going to do. And now the whistle's going to blow.
8-second violation. They didn't have any sense of urgency bringing it up the court. You know, first off the rebound, that's when the 8 count starts.
As soon as you catch it off the rebound.
So, RiverSharks, little lackadaisical right there.
Steam with the basketball. Up top it goes. They'll swing it around the perimeter now right side. Poked away. Nice defense there by Kenny Williams with 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. 3:26 on the game clock here first half. Inbounded easily there to Miller. Picked up defensively by Polk. Miller's going to take it himself, but he draws a bump there from Polk. And he'll head to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
RiverSharks foul number 5, Dwayne Polk, second personal.
Second foul on the former Billiken.
Polk has been quiet offensively here in the first half.
And those of you looking ahead to the halftime, stick around. Don't take too long for the bathroom break and the snacks. We're going to have Ed Schumer, the founder and CEO, the commissioner of the MPBA, joining us here on the half as well. Former referee as well, or Mississippi Valley in the Big 8 and the Big 12. Into the corner it goes. There's a 3 ball, and it's knocked down.
McGowan checks back in and immediately fires one up from the corner.
That's McGill with the basketball between the circles. Left side of the big guy, Gills. He'll try to take it to the hole himself, and we're going to have a
defensive 3 seconds. So that'll be one shot for the Steam.
They got McGowan for it.
Kenny McGowan for the RiverSharks.
I was glad to see Gills take it to the basket that time. He has settled for 5 3-point attempts. Now I realize that he's got DeWitt defending him, and DeWitt has been backing off. And until Gills makes one of those, DeWitt will probably continue to back off. Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds since it was under 14.
Looking to inbound it from in front of their own bench are the Steam. They get it up top of the key and swing it left wing. Almost lost it for a moment. Now back to the left side it goes. Shot up, front rim, backside, and now the whistle's going to blow again. What did we see?
Bounced over
Hit
the backboard. Yeah.
Over the backboard, all
yeah.
right.
Again, this officiating crew doing a nice job communicating with.
For even just the little things.
Yep.
RiverSharks with it up top.
And
that's Hogg, and it's thrown away.
Miscommunication there between Hogg and Kenny Williams. And then Steam up quickly.
Yeah, kind of lazy getting back defensively there for the RiverSharks, but it doesn't come in to hurt them. Spinning around, that's Roundtree. He'll lob the basketball right wing, right back into the hands again. It goes to Brandon Hogg, and he'll back it out a bit. Looking inside. Now he's going to take it inside himself, draws the contact. Got shoved by John Miller. And that'll send Hogg to the line.
One thing that Hogg does a really nice job of is when he sees DeWitt posting up, if he doesn't get open, at least by trying to establish that position, he knows the help can't get there, so he's able to then drive the lane. This time, draws the contact, earns the trip to the line.
Good job guarding that basketball, too, on his way to the hole. And he hits the first free throw. And here's Jake Anderson back into the game for this team. They're going to have to get him going offensively. You kind of carry them throughout the first quarter and a half or so. Next shot up, that one's left a bit short, and the rebound pulled down by Gills. He'll bring it up court himself up the near side. Looking about going to the rack that time, lost the dribble, now kicks it out. There's a hesitation, take to the hole, no good. Rebound by DeWitt. He wants to run it too. Look, you can hear to our left, that's Grushkin yelling, go, go, we want to run it. RiverSharks want to get up and down the court. I think the Steam are happy with that. There's a shot up, off balance, no good. He won't get it to fall, and the foul is going to be called on McGowan.
McGowan didn't think he touched it.
Yeah.
Of course, how many players really believe that they did commit the foul?
I mean, you rarely hear, and when you do, you rarely do, and you see it, the guy goes, that was me, that was on me. That's only towards the end of the game when it's, I don't want him to get his fourth. I've got 3 to give still.
That's right.
It's the only time you really are guilty. First shot is up and good on the free throw there from McGill.
Yeah, I kind of thought we might see DeWitt come out. He has 2 fouls, and even though he gets 6 in the pro game, still, there's less than 2 minutes left. He's been on the court quite a bit. Give him a breather here. Don't pick up a cheap one at the end of the half.
See if the Steam go back to that full court pressure here after the make or the miss. It's a miss, a rebound pulled down by the Steam nonetheless, and they're going to pick up man-to-man full court.
Once again, the 8-second call.
8-second violation will get you.
In the pro game, it's 8 seconds. As Coach Al Grushkin just said, hey, it's not college, guys. Got to push it up.
24-second shot clock. 8 seconds. It's and not only that, it's you got to get it up the court a little bit quicker on a bigger court. There's a blocking foul.
Gateway team foul number 54, Mike Gills.
The 8 seconds, that'll throw you off for sure. It threw me off the first time it was whistled. Been watching too much college ball here recently, especially here in the St. Louis market. Haven't had an NBA team here for 30 years. It's a nice take into the hole that time. Little left-handed baby hook by Kenny Williams from Angelo State.
Of course, there was an ABA team here.
There was.
Perhaps
Spirit.
the best business decision ever made.
There's a take to the hole. Can't get it to go, though, and that's what you were talking about. Gills at least getting aggressive. Now a 4-on-1. Oh, and he just couldn't get the slam down. Nicely defensed there at the end. Boy, that was Babbitt. Yeah, that was Babbitt on the defense there. I mean, 4-on-1, you got to get some points out of that one. And Kenny Williams just lost the handle on it, I guess, on his way up to show off his leaping ability. Under a minute left in the quarter. Anderson with it in the corner, nicely defensed there. Good job by Hicks, and now the whistle's going to blow a timeout called near side. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Pardon me, we're going to step aside for just a moment. Let's do it. 60-43. Steam trail the RiverSharks on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
That was whoever won it.
We're back with 50.5 seconds left on the clock between the RiverSharks and the Gateway Steam, the inaugural MPBA broadcast tonight. Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan.
Well, what do you think so far, Jason? Pretty entertaining.
I'm loving it so far. I really am. The level of play out there is higher than I expected, I believe. Here comes the Steam to the rack. Instead, it's kicked out right side. A little 10-foot jumper rattled out, in, back out, and back in again. Here come the RiverSharks again. There's a traveler. He stepped out of bounds. Yep, they're going to get Roundtree on that one, and Torres turns it over with 33.2 left. And the RiverSharks back to the defensive end with a 15-point lead. That's Polk guarding up top on McGill. Polk comfortable in those royal blue and white jerseys. Trying to break him down up top one-on-one. Instead, that shot is up, and it's way off to the right-hand side. And now the RiverSharks, if they want, can hold for the final shot, and they will as head coach Al Grushkin runs to the center timeline almost. There's a take to the hole instead, kicked into the corner. There's a shot up and good. Right at the buzzer, Kenny Williams hit the jump shot, and that takes us to halftime with the RiverSharks up by a count of 62-45. We'll step aside here for just a moment. On the other side of this timeout, stick around. Ed Schumer is going to join us. He's the founder and CEO of the MPBA. We'll chat more with Ted Rutan when we get back as well with some stats. It's halftime, 62-45. Sharks with the lead over the Steam on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
Back inside at the Family Arena here in St. Charles, Missouri. Jason Troop along with you. It is halftime between the RiverSharks and the Gateway Steam, and right now it's 62-45. St. Louis RiverSharks with the lead. We'll get to stats with Ted Rutan here in just a little bit, but now joining me on the broadcast, the founder, the CEO, the commissioner of the Midwest Professional Basketball Association. That, of course, is St. Louis native Ed Schumer. And Ed, thank you very much, number one, for joining me on the broadcast. Number two, for putting together a product like this. This is fantastic here tonight at the Family Arena. Some great basketball so far, and this is only game number one.
Well, we're very excited that, we put something together from scratch, and there's a question. I've got a long basketball background, and couldn't be happier with the first half. I think that the quality of play, the energy, it's early, but I don't think you'll recognize this place in a few more games.
Tell me where this idea comes from, Ed. Why the MPBA? Why St. Louis? Why two teams in the St. Louis area as well? It's a fantastic option for entertainment here in the St. Louis area as well. It's been without some good basketball for quite some time here, being a St. Louis native myself. But and obviously you know the St. Louis market as well. Why the MPBA? What kind of got you going with it, and why St. Louis? And
I'll tell you what, this is my home, okay, my basketball background. I love the game. It's been great to me. I moved to Central Illinois. I still have an apartment here, so I've been involved, but I got involved in the PBL. I was involved with the Bloomington Flex from the beginning. In fact, I made the comment to you earlier, the reason I'm in this is because I did the color for the Bloomington Flex during their inaugural year when they were an expansion team. I then got involved with that team and helped with the consulting on some of the business. I have a lot of business entities, and I got involved on that aspect of it. Caused me to jump back in and look at the minor league basketball space, which my opinion of the space going in was not a favorable one, based on my background. And I saw what the Bloomington Flex were doing, and I saw the opportunity to maybe make a difference. So I got involved, stayed involved, and then because of the situations that occurred, the question was, did we think enough of it? Was there enough of a need? And could we do something that would, in fact, take care of giving these guys an opportunity to fulfill their dreams, give these coaches a chance to work in the community, bring this kind of talent, because there's a space for this, not to be competitive with anything else. I believe that there's a space for basketball in that 22 to 30-year-old range. These guys aren't done playing yet. We're getting good quality players. You can see what's out here, and this is two of our expansion teams, startup teams. I think that it's a good product, and we can put it at a $12, $15 ticket so that people can come out, bring their kids, have a good time, see good basketball while the kids are enjoying what's going on. That's our model, and I think it's going to be something that we can deliver on.
And you know what I like in a guy that's been in the minor league sports business for about a dozen years or so now, what I really like about what you have started doing here is, you know what, let's get good players in the door, let's get good referees on our courts, let's get good facilities lined up, and the fans are going to come along. So many times you see people start up an organization and they're just so worried about filling the seats. I don't care what happens out there on the field, I just want butts in the seats. And that's great for a year or two. Sometimes it even works for a year or two. And after that's all said and done, it's a bad product out there, and people don't want to come back after they get over the newness factor of it. And I think the way you guys have been going about it, let's get some quality on the court so that people are actually getting a bang for their buck when they come into the door to begin with. I love how it started out so far.
Well, and I appreciate that, because the model and the problem with that from a sustainability standpoint,
sure.
I can't say enough. The family arena here, the facilities we're going to, they're buying in on what they're buying in because they've been around it, they've seen it, and we came in with this idea, and I can't claim it was an idea.
It's a league thing instead of a bunch of different entities forming a league. It's the league helping out across the board.
And that's what's wrong in minor league sports, is that they come in, they get their league fee, and I'm across the board. I've been around all the sports, and I think we know the business part of it. I think we know the talent part of it, and I believe with the kind of people, it's not about me. I'm adding some great basketball people, business people that are there. I appreciate the fact that you see that, because as we're talking to other people, they're seeing it, and we're getting traction with our sponsors because they've been around also. And if we can put that together with a combination of quality on the floor, family entertainment, and we're going to do a lot in the community. Our players, we're going to be developing these guys. It's a league model, not a team model, and it's Family Arena's given us the opportunity. We think we find facility first, then we put the players and the coaches in place, we put the good product in place, then we can build the rest of it. So I really appreciate you seeing that. That's our model.
So again, it's Ed Schumer joining us. He's the CEO and Commissioner of the Midwest Professional Basketball Association here, a guy who's spent some time in the black and whites. I'm sure you've probably yelled and swore his name along the way over the years as a Mississippi Valley or a Missouri Valley and a Big 8 and Big 12 official over the years. You've, I'm sure, seen it and heard just about all of it as well. That was the one thing that Ted and I were talking about earlier in this broadcast too. The trio that you have out on the floor from an officiating standpoint, doing a phenomenal job. I know we've got some rookies on the clocks. We've had some issues as far as that's concerned that you expect to see. You never want to see it, but you expect it and you're prepared for it. Those guys have been doing a fantastic job as well, and I think that, to me, exemplifies what we had just been talking about. Good product on the court first. Let's make it worth our fans' time to come into the doors and watch these guys play.
I appreciate that comment, because my director of officiating is Ron Elysiak, who's out of Chicago. Ron's a 22-year career in the NBA. He and I worked together in the college. In fact, he came through the camp system, and I felt it was important. One of the things I see, if this league gets to the competitive level, which we will, I think based on what you're seeing here, it's going to get better.
Sure.
We have to have very good officiating, or what will happen is the players will get upset, the referees can't handle it, the fans won't see it, and the whole thing crumbles.
I mean, think about it from a rec league standpoint. I mean, if you're just playing, you and your friends are going to go play in a basketball rec league, you want good referees. It ruins the situation, ruins it for everybody when you've got referees that aren't making the right calls, don't understand the right rules, et cetera, et cetera. It's as basic as that.
Well, and the guys that we're bringing in, one of the issues that I have is that we're playing the NBA book. I had somebody come up to me and ask me how to rule, and I said, hey, guy, I was a pretty good rules guy, but I'm going to have to check. Okay, Elysiak can answer that question.
Sure, he's the NBA guy.
Right.
I mean, most of your time, all of your time was spent in college.
I didn't have that, but what we're doing is we're trying to make sure that on our games, and I'm making decisions as to who's on the game. We've got some guys in Chicago that have worked a lot of NBA rules, and we've got to do that so we can develop, because the coaches don't know it. Everybody, we want to bring that flavor to the league all the way around.
So in your eye, and I guess last question for you, and I know you've got some stuff to do, and we'll get to some stats and that type of jazz as well, but I guess in your eye, where do these players go from here? I know some of these guys have been in Europe. I know Gateway's got a couple of guys that were on the British Basketball League, but Is that the idea that these guys get picked up by an affiliated NBA team and move on to the developmental league, or catch on with a team in Greece or over in Europe somewhere?
Typically, what will happen, and as far as the dream, and we could probably do that on another halftime show.
We could do that for a long time.
We understand, the guys that I have on board, we understand where the potential is, and so many of these players that have the ability to go overseas, to go play, and there's several levels overseas. There's opportunities for them to go get that, but the whole space hasn't been good to give them good information. The agents don't have a good reputation. The whole space
just
doesn't.
the video broadcast that we're doing right now helps these guys.
We are
out.
so excited about our relationship with Coach's Aid, with Sport Engine, to be able to put this together. I've already gotten comments, the fact that I've gotten texts today saying, oh my God, this is great. Everybody's talked it. I've been in the space for 4 years. Everybody talks about a game of the week. We're so proud of the fact that because of our relationship, out of the box, they thought enough of what we were doing that every one of our league games will be streamed live and will be available on a pay-per-view archive. Nobody's done that.
And I know you're going to grow it too into coaches shows and all sorts of stuff.
We've got coaches shows coming, but all of
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
it wasn't video. They're going to be able to put a game tape together at the end of the year that the agents...
Without Grandma up in the corner trying to follow along with you, you know?
The Coach's Aid relationship for us puts us in a position that the fact that they believe in what we're doing and made the joint venture with us to make this happen has been phenomenal. And it will make a difference because there's a lot of people out in the space that will be watching these broadcasts to see what's out there because there's a big enough space, just hasn't been done. So appreciate what you guys are doing. We're excited, and I think we're made a little history tonight, and we'll have some fun together.
Plenty more history to be made as well. Again, folks, that's Ed Schimmer joining us, the founder, the CEO, the commissioner of the MPBA. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming by. You're looking sharp tonight in the suit as well. You really pull it off well.
How about that toss? It went straight.
You know what? We did get you on the air for that. We definitely got you on the air for that.
I got a couple texts on it. I said I haven't tossed one in quite a while, and I didn't practice it, so at least I get to walk out.
Absolutely. That's
Thanks
fantastic.
for all you're doing. Thanks for having me.
Keep the head held high, right?
Thank you.
Absolutely. Folks, we're going to step aside real quick. It is halftime here at the Family Arena, 62-45. It is the RiverSharks leading the Gateway Steam. Back with a check of stats and second half action right after this.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top because that's what sports is all about.
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late, afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police cannot be charged with underage drinking.
It's Indiana's lifeline law. Make the call, get help, save a life.
Alcohol makes smart teens do stupid things. Stop it from becoming deadly. Make the call, get help, save a life.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top because that's what sports is all about.
attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
We are back inside the family arena, RiverSharks, and the Gateway Steam going at it tonight. Inaugural night of basketball action here in the MPBA. Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan. And Ted, it's been a fun one so far. Just got a chance to talk with Ed Schumer, the man that kind of made all this stuff happen. He's real pleased with the action we've seen on the floor. So am I as well. Some very quality play out there. So far, we've talked about it throughout. The RiverSharks are a team that have been getting it done down low in the paint, while the Gateway Steam have been a team that have tried to speed it up a little bit, shoot the ball from the outside, and play more of that up-tempo type of team. What do you think we're going to see here in the second half as these two have kind of felt each other out? Their coaches have kind of felt out their players a little bit. A lot of newness has kind of rubbed off over a 24-minute period.
Well, I think the Steam are going to try to pick up the defensive pressure. That was one thing that they did positively in the first half. They're going to need to knock down threes. They're not going to control the glass. The size is obvious here with the RiverSharks. Of course, with Keith DeWitt leading the way inside. Once we get the stats, we will pass them along to you. But that first half, the size of DeWitt, Kenny Williams, and also the play of Brandon Hogg, and then the shooting of Kenny McGowan, just, really put the RiverSharks over the top. It was 33-27 after one. The Steam were holding on, and then the RiverSharks went on a run and lead by 17 here at the half. Jake Anderson, though, was leading the way for the Steam in that first half with his outside shooting. They made, I believe, 5 threes. Is that right? 5 or 6 threes in the first half. So the RiverSharks won the opening tip, so the Steam get the opening possession in the second quarter, and the third quarter, the RiverSharks will get it in the fourth.
All right, we've got it all figured out now. It's all figured out and down in front of us. They share a good little chuckle in front. Here we go. Moving right to left this time, the Gateway Steam. Right to left across your radio dial. Don't need to do that anymore here. There's not even radio dials anymore. I mean, when was the last time you saw a radio dial? No comment, huh?
Well, I was thinking back to, I still have a radio that does have a dial.
Still have a dial.
I do. Probably still tuned to
KMOX or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it seemed like that. I'm from Southern Indiana. My dad wouldn't miss listening to Detroit Tigers baseball games.
Okay.
The beautiful baritone voice of Ernie Harwell.
Ernie Harwell, absolutely. Let's get back to the basketball, shall we? A little bump out on the perimeter there. Some good defense. Finally stolen away, Jake Anderson. We've talked about him offensively. He got it done defensively there, and now a little bump. A whistle's going to blow. And did they just call a charge on that? I think they called a charge on that. No way.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
Yeah, Miller got called for that one. Good defense on the other end by Dimitri Riggs. Let's watch this matchup. Let's see if he's going to try to put a little pressure on Polk.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more in that second quarter, more of DeWitt down low. I mean, there's really only 2 guys that the Steam have from a size standpoint that can even hang with him. We'll see if they get back to establishing him here early on in this one as well. There's a curl around his screen. Instead, it's back out to DeWitt up top. He's out of his range. Looking for the backdoor cut. Now he's going to put the ball on the court, take it to the rack himself. Might have gotten away with a shuffle of his foot. Ball tipped out. He's got shot off, and something was going on with that shot clock there. I don't know if you were the shot clock was a little bit weird on the other side. They're going to let him play on. They're going to say double dribble and turned over the other direction.
No call on the contact, and I think that one surprised Jake Anderson.
I think it did too.
The officials making sure the mechanics are correct. They are the stewards of the league.
Here's Mr. Polk bringing the ball up the court, and now the whistle's going to blow.
Good check up on the shot clock there.
Is that what they were doing, checking on the shot clock?
Yeah, they moved it down from 22 to 20 left on the 24.
Right in front of that clock keeper, that's Terry Evans looking to inbound it. And he'll get it into the former Billigan Polk.
And there's Riggs putting pressure on Polk again.
Turn around, a little jump shot up and good. I leaked at a man in his face. It's one of those he was looking to pass it and figured, what the heck. 64-45. RiverSharks with the lead. There's a take to the hole that was lost. Stolen away, and out of the pile comes Hogg with it. Back the other way he goes. Off to his right. Little hesitation, dribble, rebound, put back up and off the glass and in again. That was Brandon Hogg.
That adds to the stat sheet. He got a steal, a rebound, and a bucket.
Fills it up. There's a shot from the right wing from Riggs, and he buried the triple for the Steam. There's Dimitri Riggs.
They needed that. All of a sudden, they were looking at a 21-point deficit. First points of the second half for the Steam.
That's a big bucket. Keep him away from that barrier. Or maybe almost just got away with a carry. Now 5 seconds. Oh, there's a three-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebounded by DeWitt. Left side again, and no. Hold on, says Polk. He's going to reset the offense again. Bring DeWitt to the high post. He's going to try to set up a screen off of him. Now he's rolling to the hole, but his pass is deflected, knocked away into the hands of Anderson. Anderson, his pass up. Now it's left into the hand, and the bucket is up and good. That's Miller with it.
Miller with a good move to finish, but what a nice play there by Dimitri Riggs. Riggs knocked the pass away for the second time here in this third quarter. His defensive pressure on Polk leading to a bucket and a foul. Let's see if we can. Don't know if we'll get another look at that one or not.
Free throw is up and it rattles in.
Here we can watch now on the defense. Well, that was Hogg with the one-on-one move. DeWitt's rebound.
Back to the action here. There's a baseline jumper from DeWitt, no good. The rebound falls into the hands of Anderson. Ahead it goes, a little finger roll. That one's not going to drop in by Fortenberry. He's got it back, though. Nice job using his backside to create a little space, and a fadeaway jumper is good.
Sticking with it.
And a timeout called on the near side here by Coach Grushkin.
8 straight points for the Steam, cutting it to 13.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
'66-53, RiverSharks with the lead and the basketball. Under 9 minutes left in the third quarter here in the inaugural Midwest Professional Basketball Association contest. Double dip coming your way on Sunday as well. Both of these teams involved in it. The Force will play the Gateway Steam at 4 o'clock on Sunday. But right before that at 1, the Flex will be in town to take on the RiverSharks. Of course, we'll have all the live action coming your way right here on the MPBA.com. A nice take there by Anderson. He's on another level offensively on the court here tonight.
That's 10 straight for the Steam.
And now back the other direction, taking it to the hole. That was McGowan. He didn't get the roll, but it was tipped in. And back up to 68-55 it goes. Yeah, the Steam on a bit of a roll. We saw this in the first half as well. Ball stolen away, 3-on-2. Instead, cutting through a couple, now leaving it back behind his head and throwing it in there is Kenny Williams.
Beautiful leave there by Kenny McGowan.
McGowan did not start tonight, but I think you and I can both put him in the impressive player category.
Certainly. He's had a good night. And I tell you what, a big third quarter and Riggs got knocked down. No call.
Media timeout on the floor. Once again, a media timeout.
Media timeout on the floor. A little talking back and forth there. Quite frankly, Hogg got away with a push on that 3-ball there. We're going to step aside. We're going to keep it here. Step aside. Keep it here. We'll step aside. 70-55. RiverSharks lead the Steam.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
Off the inbound, the Steam with the basketball in the center circle. Dished off right side, that's Dimitri Riggs with the basketball between the legs. Has it poked away, but he'll get it right back on this side. Lost it, now he's going to fire off a left-handed runner at the end of the shot clock. It didn't draw iron, so it'll be turned over to the RiverSharks. Just not much going on that possession there.
No, well, actually, Riggs, I thought before the media timeout, his three-point attempt, he got knocked to the court.
Yeah,
and I thought he was going to get 3 free throws. But they did give them the ball back, saying that his shot was tipped, but they really didn't have anything, like you mentioned, no offense going after that.
They'll throw it down low to DeWitt. He gets the touch, and he's got a man on his backside there. Look at him hang up in the air. A little shot, no good. Rebound, finally batted around back to Anderson. It goes. Anderson up court, got lost when he jumped in the air, but he'll leave it right side, taking it to the hole and putting it up and in again. Guess who? Terrell Williams from Rochester, New York.
Has number 40, Terrell Williams.
Under 7 minutes to go in this one. Ball on the right wing, that's Terry Leak. Now to the middle, that goes Williams. Left-handed runner, no good. Rebound, no rebound. They're going to call a push. That's going to go on Keith DeWitt.
Take one more look here at Terrell Williams. Driving, just taking it right at the defense, causing the contact, able to put it up off the glass. 2 more for Terrell Williams.
DeWitt, by the way, leading scorer with 22 points. He's one of 3 players in double digits right now for the RiverSharks, who lead it 70-57 with 6.5 left in the third quarter. Anderson with it down low, back to the basket. And they're going to call a charging foul on him.
His third personal, second foul of the quarter. Checking in for the RiverSharks, number 3, Terrell Hersey, and number 35.
DeWitt also had 5 rebounds there in that first half. 7 rebounds, 2 offensive. So he's well on his way to double-double status.
Yeah, it'd be safe to say he's going to get there. 4-6 from the line, so.
And he was 9 out of 13 from the field in that first half.
High percentage shots, and now that pass/shot lost in the midair. Foul going to be called on number 33 for the Steam, and that will send McGowan to the free throw stripe. I mean, it's a 13-point game right here.
Here's one more look at McGowan taking it to the basket. The contact, earning his trip to the stripe.
Yeah, that's a lot of contact down low. Tell you what, it's amazing over the last 20 years or so the amount of padding that has been added to the game of basketball, whether it's the knee pads or the elbow pads or the hip pads or the big ones that a lot of bruisers wear these days. As McGowan knocks down the second free throw, and it's now 72-57. Back to a 15-point lead.
Well, and you'll even see a lot of the inside players wear the
flak jackets.
Yes.
Yeah. Any of those guys that are going to find themselves in amongst the trees. There's a nice little lead with a right hand by Jake Anderson. I mean, you can tell that Anderson is one of those guys that has played at a higher level than some of these other. He has spent some time in the DL.
One more look at Anderson here. Watch this. Nice little crossover, and then up and under.
Goes to his left and back to his right to finish it off under the basket.
The Cyclone.
Free throw up and good from Roundtree. Yeah, the Cyclone. He's also played in the developmental league for a little while as well. One of the, I'd say, handful of guys in this league that have been to in the NBA DL. I think that'd be an accurate statement. I mean, I know it's the inaugural season, but a lot of the guys here want to get back to that developmental league or across seas. Good money to be made. There's a take to the rack and a blocking foul called.
Boy, pretty good defense there by McGowan, but just enough contact, and that's a veteran move there by Anderson, driving it right into the defense, forcing basically Phil Uhas to blow his whistle, or excuse me, Jimmy Hughes. Or no, that was Phil Uhas.
Don't second guess yourself. You had it right the first time. You know what's going on. I'm just amazed that you know the Olesiak. Oh, nice swat coming from the weak side there by James Hicks. Back the other side. Almost got a piece of it that time, but just off the window and in there by Chad Fortenberry.
And just beating the shot clock, too.
Up top of that, nice hesitation by Williams. He's going to pull up, fire the shot. That's up and in. Good move there by Williams. Wow.
He's in double figures.
Right wing with it. Into the hands, that's McGill. Lost his dribble, now gave it back up again. Top of the key goes. There's a shot, and it's swatted away. Terry Evans got a piece of the arm on the shot attempt.
I think that's his fourth.
And you're right, 4 now they say officially. Getting sent to shoot a pair. That's John Miller.
We'll take one more look at this one. We'll see if Evans gets him or not.
I thought it was pretty clean right there.
Pretty clean, yeah.
Free throw up and in.
And this game, as we talked about even at the start, this can be a game of runs. It's going to be these teams are going to be over 100.
Well, there's no doubt we're getting over 100, yeah.
The RiverSharks have had the advantage pretty much the whole game, but they've stretched it out, and this team have come back. Stretched it out. It's a chance to make it a dozen.
Williams hits the free throw. It's 75-63. RiverSharks lead. It's just under 5 minutes to go, third quarter here. Up top, off his screen, there's a three ball, not going to go, and the rebound was snagged for a moment by McGill, then he was bumped into by James Hicks. And Hicks is going to get whistled for the violation. Again, coming up on Sunday, a doubleheader for you. We'll have both games, 1 o'clock against the Flex. The RiverSharks will play. And then at 4 o'clock, the Steam will take on the Chicago Force.
That was the 5th team foul there in this third quarter, so that will send the Steam back to the line. Chance to cut it to 10. They were down 21 earlier here in this third period.
Both teams in the bonus now I'm seeing as well. Free throw up and good.
The Steam quietly getting back in this thing.
To make it a 10-point game with this shot right here. And they do. 75-65. Oh, you're right. RiverSharks felt like they've been comfortably in the lead all night, but
10 points can go
10 points
very
is
quickly
nothing.
in this game.
It's nothing. This isn't the college game either, you know. Step back. Three buried by Tyrell Hersey. Oh, my goodness. Big shot for the Memphis, Tennessee native. Or a little weave action up top. Nice take to the rack, and he got the bucket to go.
Beautiful move by Babbitt.
Nice little play out on the perimeter there. And Babbitt, what a take. Have to get the scouting report on this Chris Babbitt. With the AD over Quincy, over at Quincy, pretty good, and he short arms the free throw there. And don't look now, the Steam are a defensive stop and a bucket away from getting this back into a 1-point game. There's an offensive rebound, though. They'll dribble and put the shoulder down, and an offensive foul called on Leak, number 14 for the RiverSharks.
You know,
He'll check out of the game. He doesn't like the call at all.
Leak had an outstanding first half where he was 6 for 6 from the field for one of them a three-pointer for his 13 points. It's been a little quiet here in the third quarter.
Timeout taken over here by Coach Grushkin. 4:06 to go in the third. We'll step aside as well. 78-67. RiverSharks lead it on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
Gateway's team and the St. Louis RiverSharks going at it tonight at 78-67. Sharks with the lead, but the Bloomington Flex will be in town on Sunday, as will the Chicago Force. And we'll see the Champaign Swarm and the Windy City Grooves swing through the area over the course of this season as well. The inaugural season and the first game of the season tonight in the MPBA. Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan, and it's the Steam making a little bit of a pushback here. There's a tie-up down low and a nice play defensively to get a grip on that basketball and at least get the arrow to flip-flop. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. We're at a media timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well. 78-67, Sharks over the Steam. Back inside the family arena here in beautiful St. Charles, Missouri. Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan, and it's the St. Louis RiverSharks leading the Gateway Steam, 78-67.
And just to clarify one thing, in this league, they do have jump balls. The only alternating possession is really who gets the ball at the start of each period, that's determined by whoever wins the opening tip. But there's a steal.
Back the other way. Here come the Steam. Up and under. Easy move there. And a bucket good by Brandon McGill.
And that cuts it down to 9.
First time it's been in single digits since the early stages of the first quarter. RiverSharks with the basketball. They'll jump shot from the corner. That one's going to go in. And they say 3 ball. They do. And it's out of the hands of Hersey as well.
Boy,
back-to-back threes for him.
He was pretty quiet in the first half, but he has come up with 2 big 3-pointers here.
The young man that played his collegiate ball at Victory University, among others. There's a pass down low. A nice job to get a hand on it. Flashing down low there was number 21. That's Brandon Hogg. A lot of these guys you'll see on the court, though, played more than one college for whatever reason it happened to be, whether it was playing time or it's more popular than people think, to be honest with you.
Well, and the
big 3 ball from the right side. That's Anderson again.
This past year, there were over 450 transfers in college basketball. It is not.
People think it's a rare thing. It's really not a rare thing at all.
And there are various reasons. Sometimes the player wants a better place to play. Sometimes he wants a different line of education. Sometimes the coach changes.
A system, a family situation of some sort also leads into it.
And believe it or not, maybe they missed their girlfriend.
Yeah, right. Nah. No, never. There's a shot left wing. That's no good. Flying in for the rebound, though. His skills. Putback won't go. But he was fouled and will head back to the free throw line. Steam have kept it a 9-point contest here. I mean, can you say that the RiverSharks are running out of steam? I mean, can you think? Do you think that Gateway has turned up the tempo enough that maybe the RiverSharks in this long contest are slowly getting boxed into submission, if you will?
Well, let's see here on the replay. A shot goes up, but Gill just comes in there at the right time.
I'll figure out this replay thing by the end of the night. Promise you.
It is the opening act here of the MPBA.
Next shot from the free throw line. That one rattles out as well. No good. Getting his hand on it, though, was Kenny Williams. I thought he saved it in off the body of one of the Steam, and it looks like they are going to say he did.
Able to throw it off Lester Hart.
So here's Hogg bringing the ball up the near side of the floor. Looking for a screen up top, waiting for the pick down low, and there's Williams. Hot pass, almost too hot to handle for DeWitt. He'll take it to the rack. Didn't get it to go, though. Maybe they got a piece of it on the drive to the hole, and that was Anderson. Spot up 3 ball. He missed it a bit short. A rebound pulled down. That's a Hogg again. Weaves up court. Hangs the left-handed shot. Not going to go. He was bumped, though, on the foul and will head to the line. DeWitt right there to clean it up. Foul's going to be called on, I believe it was Chris Babbitt. Is that who they call it?
You got it.
Better to be lucky than good.
Well, to what you posed a moment ago, I think it certainly looks like here in the last few minutes that the Steam are in better condition. They're still getting after it defensively. And I'm not sure, as the RiverSharks as we've gotten along to the end of the third quarter here, perhaps they have lost a little bit of their edge. And that hard defense.
I mean, I just noticed it on that last one by Gills, where he went up and he took it to the rack himself, and I saw 3 players just standing flat-footed near the rim as well, with the equal chance to go get the basketball. And maybe it was one of those conserving energy moments. There's a nice leap up there by Kenny Williams. And now he's going to hesitate, split a double team himself, take it all the way to the rack himself, and the finger roll to finish the play. We've talked a lot about DeWitt tonight. Haven't talked enough about Kenny Williams, I don't think. He's been impressive as well. There's a jump shot left wing. That's over everything, and it'll trickle out of bounds on the other side of the glass. Shot there from Lester Hart. 92 seconds left in the quarter. And the Steam picking up full court man-to-man pressure here as Mosley Jr. is on top of Brandon Hogg. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Hogg's going to blow right past his man, but he can't get the rebound to go. Guess who right there for the cleanup? Keith DeWitt. Bounce pass left wing. 3-ball on the way. That one's off the front of the iron. Rebound fought for. Now it's controlled there by Tyrell Hersey. Kenny Williams weaving his way up the court again. Now a hot shot pass down low. And it's swatted away eventually. How did he see that pass, let alone make it? Wow.
Well, the Steam didn't think he saw it because he had his head down while he was dribbling up court. Just like on the last occasion where he dribbled all the way through the defense and took it in for the layup. This time, though, the nice bounce pass and Leak. A trip to the line.
I love the spin that he put on it, too, to have it bounce the right direction. Here's the replay.
Boy, look at that nice. I'm not even sure Leak was ready for it, but a good job of corralling it.
Yeah, I don't think he was ready for it. I think he just swatted it down so it wouldn't go out of bounds and ends up getting to the free throw line. What a pass. Splash of the next free throw. 88-72, and all of a sudden it's the Sharks back on top again. What was a 9-point contest just seemingly seconds ago. There's a hop step and a take to the rack foul, but he couldn't get it to go. That's the big difference. I mean, you look at Mike Gills, 6'6", 220-pounder, and he's been on Keith DeWitt a lot, and they've both been battling down to the paint a lot. But the difference between Gills and DeWitt, quite frankly, is the coordination down low. I mean, DeWitt has just he's been that much better with his touch around the rim than Gills has tonight.
Easier when you have the height advantage.
Sure, absolutely, as the first free throw misses. And the wingspan advantage, too. Not just he's a little bit taller, but, I mean, his arms are probably twice as long as the arms of Gills, despite the similar height. Yeah, you know, he's just got that length that you see so many players that come out of, you know, like Jim Boeheim's system up at Syracuse. I mean, if you don't have length, unless you're Jerry McNamara, you're not playing for Syracuse. Next shot is off, and that one's good for Gills. 45 seconds left in the third. It's 88-73. RiverSharks with the lead. Mugg bringing it up court to the left hand. He goes, fights off some contact, fires the shot. Yeah, he'll get it. Continuation, they call it. And the bucket's going to go, and another nice job by Brandon Hogg protecting the basketball on the contact.
Team foul number 24, Curtis Mosley Jr., first personal, 17 foul.
Let's take one more look at Brandon Hogg. He's done a really good job in this game. This time he uses the screen, then hesitates, draws the contact. Little English off the glass.
91-73, almost back to a 20-point contest now. And they're going to reset the game clock here real quick.
Phil, you has.
Ball inbound. They're playing with that Rollins contour ball, by the way. There's a charge foul called against Jake Anderson. I only bring that up because it's the official ball of the NAIA. Rollins contour. It's a very nice basketball.
I did not know that.
Well, you know, sometimes I come up with some random facts. I don't know where that comes from.
That is a good one.
I'll give credit to Tim Padgett. I'm sure he's the one that forwarded me some information on that. The GM of both the RiverSharks and the Steam. You'll see him sprinting behind us all night.
They're going to go ahead and try to take this down to the end of the shot clock. There's about a 7-second difference.
8 seconds on the clock now, and there's a carry. Yep, they got him clean as a whistle. Brandon Hogg up top trying to get away with a little bit too much. You don't see that called too much. Not at the NBA level. And you can hear Coach Grushkin in front of us saying, switch everything here. With 13 seconds on the clock, it's inbounded. Steam with the basketball.
I'm not sure if they'll have a chance to switch. I think Anderson may just take this himself.
I think you give it to Anderson to take all the way. That's a foul or a travel, one of the two, and it's going to be called a foul with 2.8 left. They'll get Terry Leak on the bump.
You know, the RiverSharks have really done a great job closing out this quarter. They have outscored the Steam 10-1. It was the Steam had cut it to 81 to 72. We'll take one more look at this drive here by Anderson. Just went right into the body of Brandon Hogg, forcing the whistle.
Anderson's next one is up. Clock stopped with 2.8 seconds left. They're going to try to heave it down the floor. The catch is made at the center circle, running across. There's a shot at the buzzer off the window, but it wouldn't go. And that takes us to the end of 3. 91-75. It's the St. Louis RiverSharks leading the Gateway Steam right here on the MPBA broadcasting.
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late, afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police cannot be charged with underage drinking.
It's Indiana's lifeline law. Make the call. Get help. Save a life.
Alcohol.
What's that? Back inside at the Family Arena. RiverSharks leading the Steam 91-75. Jason Troop alongside Tad Rutan. The first game of the first season of Midwest Professional Basketball Association. Games 2 and 3 of the year will come up on Sunday at 1 o'clock as the RiverSharks take on the Bloomington Flex, and following that, the Steam hosts the Chicago Force at 4 o'clock. So double dip of basketball action on a Sunday here in St. Charles. 12 minutes on the clock as we enter the final quarter. And they're twisting and bringing the ball up the court quickly. That's Brandon Hogg. Crosses over, now dumps it into the left corner. Nice job around that screen there to free himself up for the shot, but it was begging a bit too strong. Now the other way, a little dish from block to block. The bump and the foul is called. Finishing it off, that was Chris Babbitt. On the assist, I think that was Mosley Jr. with the dish.
And a nice job on that pass across the lane. Let's see if we can get one more look at this. Good dish out there, and then laying it down. Babbitt off the glass from Mosley.
Good decision. Saw one of the RiverSharks coming with the arm in his way, and that's why he eventually knocked it, or actually ended up having to give it up. There's a ball fake, coast to coast. Not the cleanest and prettiest trip in the world, and not the cleanest and prettiest shot in the world either as they turn it back over. Back the other direction. There's a shot up and buried it. Brandon McGill stepped in for the two-pointer. And that'll send Hersey to check in.
Back down to 11.
11-11 on the clock as well. Now with it on the right wing. That's Leak down low. That's DeWitt. Been a little bit quieter here in the second half. There's a steal, though. He's going to turn around, try to take it home himself. Little touch shot, missed it. Rebound, put it right back into the hands of Leak, and he'll put it off the window and in. That was almost tapped to him by DeWitt.
Well, DeWitt didn't get a bucket, but he did get a steal and a couple of rebounds there.
Cheap rebound that time for DeWitt on the air ball shot from the far side of the court. Now DeWitt will leave it left side. That's Terry Evans with it. Looking for the screen. He'll get it, trying to take it baseline. Spins into the middle. Now tries to force up his shot. He was bumped a bit too hard. They're going to get number 24 on the foul there. That's Curtis Mosley Jr. Played collegiately at S&T, Missouri S&T. Now take a look at Evans. He's been wearing that that nose guard, that face guard, and he takes it completely off as he stands at the free throw line as he buries the first one. I guess it works.
Well, let's hope he makes the second one, because if there's a rebound, he's got to reach down and grab his mask.
I've never seen anybody do that before.
I have not either.
Now, I've seen it pulled off to the top of the head.
Or drop it down
or
to
drop
their
it
neck.
down below, sure.
But
not completely off.
Hey, there's another first for us.
You better pick it up. He picked it up quickly. You better put it back on because they got the offensive rebound. That's DeWitt trapped in the corner. He stepped on the baseline, they say, and the Steam will get the ball in the turnover.
The size 18s just caught the sideline or baseline.
Here come the Steam, down 14. Between the rings with it, that's Mosley. Dumps it left side. McGill with the ball fake. Now to the rack he goes. Hangs in the air. Oh, he couldn't get it to fall. And back the other way quickly go the RiverSharks. They're going to push it. That's Hersey with it. Oh, my goodness. Swatted away. We'll have to see that one again. Back the other direction. Hanging, firing, shot, no good. And a foul is going to be called. A charging foul against Chad Fortenberry. 4 for Fortenberry. You get 6.
Saw some good action there for a couple of possessions. Some blocks both ways.
Hogg with it, trying to go coast to coast, and he gets knocked away at the last moment. I think that's going to be on Fortenberry again, and if it is, that's 5 on him. It is.
He's not happy because he didn't like the previous call.
He didn't like the call on this end on the charge.
And then on that drive, the guard got beat, and Fortenberry was just right there. Hogg able to get the contact, and Fortenberry picks up number 5. We'll have to take a seat.
So at the line is Hogg, the Edwardsville, Illinois native. Splashes in the first one. Checking into the ball game. That's Mike Gills. 10 minutes, 2 seconds left here in the fourth, and it's 95-80. Next shot rattles out, no good. Rebound tapped at Steam. We're going to come away with it. That's Dimitri Riggs. Now up top of it, now Dimitri. Left wing, 3-ball. That shot bounces out. No good. Rebound tapped out of bounds across the other side, and that'll stay with the RiverSharks. Got some updated stats passed along to us, huh?
Yeah, we after 3 quarters, DeWitt with 26 points.
Leads all scores.
And 8 rebounds, and for the Steam, 20 points for Anderson.
On 6 of 7 shooting as well.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 from
4 out of 5 from distance, yeah. There's a take to the rack. Get that out of here. Big time spot from Terry Leak. He hits the court pretty hard as he gets tripped up.
Leak
he sends that one out of here.
They've got him listed at 6'5.5", but my goodness, he's got some leaps.
Memphis native, played his college ball at Delta State.
Good timing there on that. That's the second block where he's just made, really good timing. Let's see if we can take one more look at this here in a moment. Leak coming from behind, putting it back up in the second row.
There's a little fadeaway jumper along the baseline there by Mike Gills. The 6'6" forward for the Steam, and they stealing it again. Back the other direction. Now we got a foul. That's really a good foul, to be honest, by Terry Evans. Would have been an easy 2 points. Right now, it's going to send Dimitri Riggs to the free throw line. They played for Eastern Kentucky.
The Colonels. Down in Richmond, Kentucky. One of my best friends played baseball for the Colonels and then the Detroit Tigers.
Really? Yeah. That's right. You were telling me about that a little bit earlier. Back in the 3I League days. Iowa, Indiana, Illinois.
Tough situation for him, though. He was drafted by the Tigers, and he was a second baseman / shortstop, 3 years younger than Trammell Whitaker.
You're not going to go very far with them in front of you.
Not much room for advancement there.
We got a hold. on Dimitri Riggs. And that might be a bonus. Are we going to bonus? Is that what we're checking out? We're chit-chatting here. I can't believe he'd be in the fourth quarter bonus already with still 9:10 left. Just clarifying a couple of things here. Again, we've been double-checking these throughout the course of the night. A few people in some new spots. Yours truly included.
Also checking in, number 40, Terrell Williams.
So here we go. That's Dwayne Polk with it. St. Louis people remember his name from his Billiken days. Trying to get it downloaded away any way they can. Nice job defensively, tapping it away there by Mike Gills. They almost forced it, tried to force it down, loaded away. Now Gills is going to launch the three ball. He missed another one. From distance, there was Gills, and back the other way, here come the RiverSharks. 8:42 left, and now a timeout is going to be called on the near side. We're going to keep it right here, though. And it talked about some of the other teams that are the first-year teams to take a look at here. I mean, we've already talked, obviously, about the Bloomington Flex, one of the big reasons why this league was started to begin with. But your other first-year expansion teams that you'll be keeping an eye on other than these two here, these the RiverSharks and the Steam that we're watching. Chicago Force, they'll be here this weekend. They play the 4 o'clock game against the Steam. We'll also see the Champaign Swarm and the Windy City Groove swing through the St. Louis area over the course of the year as well. So those are your other first-year teams to watch in the MPBA.
And some pretty nice facilities. Of course, the Family Arena here is a beautiful facility here in St. Charles, but also in Chicago. They're playing at the Kroc Center.
Kroc Center, yeah.
Where the Bulls practice.
Yep.
U.S. Cellular Arena in Bloomington, Illinois. Another beautiful.
Where's Champaign at? Where are they playing?
They're playing at Parkland College.
Parkland College, that's right. That's right.
a nice facility as well. So some good arenas for these athletes to play in.
Especially in an inaugural season as well. We talked to that about that, how important it is to make sure these athletes get here and get treated well and get a good opportunity so we can keep the quality up on the court. And it might be tough to keep quality like Keith DeWitt on the court if he keeps playing as well as he has tonight. He might be on for bigger and better things. Could use some meat on his bones, but he can certainly show that he's got some touch around the basket. There's a nice little fadeaway jumper, no good. Offside rebound by Roundtree. And he'll bring it up the near side himself. Stolen away, though, poked away, and last touched by Roundtree. And so the Steam get the ever-important turnover. Still some time on the clock, but we're winding towards the end of it. 97-83 is your score with just over 8 minutes left. Steam really need to pick up the pressure. There's a take to the rack by Williams. The shot is up, no good. Peeling himself off the floor is Dwayne Polk. He picked up the block and the third personal for him. Checking back into the game, Brandon Hogg. Looks like Hogg and Polk will.
We'll take one more look at this foul here. There's the drive. Really looked like he initiated the contact, put that shoulder down.
One of those 50-50 calls, you know.
And when
Flip a coin.
When you get late in the game.
It's a big three rounded out. Pop back hit again. There's the Steam staying with it.
This is a long game. It's a 48-minute game. If this were a college game, we would already be done. Still 8 minutes to go, approximately 7:45 to be exact. But maybe the players are getting a little more tired. Maybe some more contact. They're not moving their feet as well, so some more contact, some more fouls are going to have to be called. Free throw shooting could end up being a big part of this finish.
Well, and I tell you what, as much as we talk about all of that throughout the course of this season, it'll be interesting to see what team can put together some depth as well, especially if you're a team like the Steam that want to play up tempo. Do they have the depth to last all this time? There's a take to the hole and a swat from the backside. I don't know if I like that foul there. I mean, underneath the basket with time running out was Brandon Hogg, and he got bailed out.
Yeah, I think Mosley played a nice defensive possession there, but gave it all away with that slap on the drive.
Media timeout. We'll take it as well. 97-86, Sharks with the lead over the Steam. $7.86, the RiverSharks with the lead over the Gateway Steam. 7:26 left in the fourth quarter of action here. Jason Troop alongside Ted Rutan, the inaugural broadcast of the Midwest Professional Basketball Association. And it's the Gateway Steam and the St. Louis RiverSharks, a pair of the expansion teams in the league that are no doubt going to be building a nice friendly rivalry, being crosstown rivals, if you will, although both will share the family arena as their home floor.
And one thing that we want the fans to know is that in many of the home games here for these teams, there will be a doubleheader, as in this Sunday. Again, tell us who we've got coming up on Sunday.
Again, at 1 o'clock on Sunday, you'll see these RiverSharks taking on the Flex out of Bloomington, Illinois, and then at 4 o'clock, the Steam take on the Force out of Chicago.
Well,
it's a little 2-for-1 just about every time you come out.
And the Bloomington Flex, I know
they can play, huh?
Yes, their organization is a veteran organization, so they've been doing this for a few years. They always have good quality play. A.J. Guyton was the coach for the Flex,
sure,
and he has now moved up into an executive position with the Flex and with the league, but his influence will still remain.
Weak side rebound pulled down there by Torres Roundtree. And again, that's Hogg bringing the ball up court. Looking for a cutter along the baseline back in the corner. Instead, Hogg trying to take it himself. He's just getting swatted, hammered at, picked at, and finally whistle's going to blow, and they're going to get Mosley Jr. on the reach-in.
Well, Hogg has done this on several occasions, or the RiverSharks have had Hogg do this, where he is just going to isolate, go one-on-one. Mosley has done, for the most part, a pretty good job one-on-one defensively, but the last couple times he's bailed him out with a late foul.
I'll tell you what, Hogg is, we talked about it on his driving to the basket as he hits the first of his 2 free throws. He does an amazing job protecting the basketball. They can get away with doing. They can let Hogg be that high school player that just kind of runs around in circles out on the perimeter to kill time, because he's so good at keeping that ball in his possession. There's an offensive rebound and a putback by Terry Leak. And that's the 100-point barrier broken for the first time in MPBA history. The first team to score 100 points in MPBA history is St. Louis RiverSharks. There's a nice take to the rack, a little on the backside, but they couldn't get the shot to go. And now in amongst some trees, in some trouble, some pushing and shoving. One of the whistle didn't get it called, was Roundtree, and now back the other way, the easy putback in off the window.
Yeah,
by Mike Gills.
Roundtree's not happy that he didn't get a call there. He thought he got fouled about 3 times, and then he got credit for a turnover when he thought he should be going to the line.
I honestly think he might have a beef there. Step back, 3 ball up, and that's off the front of the rim. Battling for it, and now leaping up to make the grab is Mosley Jr.
And Hogg is down out here.
And Hogg is not looking good. They're going to blow the whistle.
I'm hoping.
You saw it plainly. I didn't see it plainly.
Got some Charlie horse or cramps.
What number was the foul?
No. Did they call a foul on the play? Yeah, they did. It looks like it's a cramping thing.
Yeah, I think.
Well, he's certainly putting some weight on it, so that's good to see. He was running backwards, and because I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I saw him hit the court, and I didn't see a player around him, and so I thought maybe I just missed him getting shoved down to the court, but he just kind of came up and fell backwards, huh?
We're going to have a timeout here after Hogg hits the deck. It's 101-88 in St. Louis.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
.101-88, RiverSharks with a lead over the Gateway Steam. 6:06 left in the inaugural game. Again, don't forget a double dip coming your way on Sunday, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. The Sharks take on the Flex, the Steam take on the Force. So after the inaugural weekend, we will have seen all but the Windy City Groove and the Champagne Swarm swinging through St. Louis.
Ron Oleziak Jr. putting it in play.
Steam get it inbounded right in front of us. Little shoulder shove there by Riggs. Dimitri trying to take it to the hole himself. Might have just gotten a piece of it there. The putback, that's not going to fall either when the whistle blows. And the Steam heading back to the free throw line.
Pretty good effort there from Riggs to get it to the bucket. Didn't get a real good shot off, but stayed with it, got his board, earns 2 freebies.
Rushkin keeping DeWitt and Kenny Williams on the bench right now, getting a little breather, trying to steal some minutes, if you will, with just under 6 left in the fourth, and a 101-88 lead, and it will remain 101-88 as the free throw missed by Riggs. Riggs, a Bloomington, Illinois native. No room on the squad for the Flex.
And they've not done a good job from the free throw line. Like after 3 quarters, they were 15 out of 27, and they've missed a few here in the fourth as well.
You're not going to come back on a team without hitting those free throws. Those are costly mistakes. You've got to score points when the clock's not running when you're trailing. There's a bounce pass down low, trying to back it into his Leak. Little turnaround baseline fade away, and he got it to roll.
I'm not sure if Leak has missed a shot. He did not miss one in the first half, and I can't recall him missing one here in the second.
There's a drive to the rack and a little bit out of control, trying to leave it off to the block, and it's intercepted there by the RiverSharks. Lob pass over the top of everybody and slowing things down wisely. That's Kitty McGowan. There's a 3-ball left wing, hits off the back of the iron. The rebound comes right out into the hands of Jake Anderson. He'll run the ball up the center of the court, now leave it left wing. They're looking down low, but should pass that look up. Got to find Anderson. Got to get the ball through Anderson somehow or another, whether he's passing it off or he's the one taking the shot. Not going to lob it down low. That's just what the Steam did there. Here's a take to the rack, high up off the glass. Putback is in there, though. Nicely stayed with by Fortenberry. But again, I don't like what the Steam is doing. It looks like they're trying to force the ball down low to the blocks. That's not been their strength all night. Nice crossover by McGowan. There's a shot, no good. Rebound poked away after it looked like it was grabbed cleanly by Anderson and then diving into the chairs down the other side to try to save it. And a timeout is taken. We'll step aside as well. 4:28 left, 103-90. RiverSharks lead it. 4:28 left, 103-90. It's the RiverSharks leading the Gateway Steam inaugural basketball contest here in the MPBA tonight. Jason Trupin alongside Ted Rutan, and I'm sure we'll see each other a little bit more as this season unfolds.
I'm looking forward to it. You are the man here in St. Charles.
You are the man that gets to rack up the travel miles all over the place, aren't you?
Yeah, if they need somebody, I will go somewhere else. Perhaps we can have some studio shows as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe we can,
I'm sure there'll be a studio show done somewhere off of I-80 or I-70 somewhere along the lanes, right? There's a take to the rack. No good there. Rebound, put back, swatted away again. Oh, man, that's James Hicks leaping out of the building. Indiana Tech guy with a smile from ear to ear after that swat. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a coach's show of some sort as we get rolling down the river, if you will, and all the other added things that we can do as this league just continues to grow and build. Only in day one, if you will. The step back fadeaway, and look at that. Anderson missed a shot. Jake Anderson has been on fire all night tonight. There's a lob down low, again trying to force it into Hicks. Little jump shot, fade away. That one's not going to go. Rebound still being bantied about. Finally, it's grabbed by Evans underneath. Now ripped away from Evans. Now the whistle's going to blow, and it is going to be a reach-in call on Evans, a push. 3:38 left in this one. Immediate timeout. We'll do it as well. 103-90. Back with more after this.
It was an intense game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
(103-90). The Sharks leading the steam. 3:38 left in the fourth quarter. Been a fun night, Parker. Really has been. And it's a league that I'm looking forward to seeing how it grows, and I'm looking forward to seeing the talent level as the league gets out as well. I mean, there's other professional basketball leagues around the country, but not as well run as this is. And I think from a player standpoint, I think how they're setting this up is really going to attract talent from a player standpoint. Here in the MPBA.
Yeah, and I think Ed Schumer's done a fantastic job of getting this to this point. It's very organized. The schedule, I really like how they've done where there are doubleheaders in Chicago and doubleheaders in St. Louis, so fans can come out and get to see 4 teams on one day.
You want to cut your travel costs down from a business standpoint as well, which really trickles right back into the fans' hands. I mean, it really does. When you're talking to a guy that just spent a season doing hockey, the expenses that go into running hockey are ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous from the travel and the lone team going all the way to Arizona and North Dakota and back and forth here. This league has it seems like they've got it figured out as far as how to not pass that proverbial buck onto their fans and provide a good quality product at the same time.
So, folks, if you get a chance, make sure you get out to see some of this action. It's really good basketball.
Free throw up and good. And you're going to see some high point scores, folks. I mean, this is NBA rules. I mean, we're looking at 103-91, so it's certainly not one of those, those old school Big East basketball contests that end up with, Villanova, defeating Providence 54-52. You're going to see some offense. You're going to see some scoring. You're going to see some turnovers as well. And Anderson almost had an easy one, but Elite got a piece of it on the block. And back the other way go the RiverSharks. They're going to run some clock now, too. They want to use all 24 seconds every time down the floor.
Still a lot of time for an 11-point game.
Yeah, there is. Lost the ball there. A turnover could be costly. Now in the corner it goes, and we've got a foul call. Looked like a little forearm shove.
Torres
Roundtree. Yeah. A Saluki. We've got a Billiken and a Saluki on this squad. There's 6 hometown players on the court here tonight between these two teams. 5 of them, though, for the RiverSharks, including the former Billiken, Dwayne Polk. Terry Evans, if that name's familiar to you St. Louis folks, he's a Wisconsin Green Bay player. Kenny Williams and James Hicks, a couple of other St. Louis natives. 3 minutes left in this one. 11-point contest. Drive to the hole, now kick out. This is a big three-pointer if it goes. And it just missed off the front of the rim. Still battling for the offensive rebound and finally coming away with it are the RiverSharks. Back the other way, 3-on-2. Bad pass, knocked away, still being fought for. A little sloppy now underneath the rack. A whistle's going to blow, ripped to the court. We're going to see a foul, and
this is
Coach
the kind of thing
looking for the tech.
This is the kind of thing that can happen when you have in this type of basketball game where it's one team has had the advantage all the way, the other team is fighting and clawing to get back into the game. Time's running down. Tempers can flare a little bit, and it's a physical game, and you foul somebody on purpose, and it might look worse than it was intended. As you can see right there.
Yeah, I think that looked worse because he was kind of pirouetting down to the floor, kind of spun down to the floor.
It was obvious the intention was to keep him from getting a shot off, keep him from getting the layup, make him earn it from the line, although I don't think Leaks missed a shot once again.
See, really, they're talking about time a lot now as the next one is buried as well. Coach Grushkin saying, hey, pick them up early if they try to roll it up the court so they don't burn valuable seconds. Although ends of games in the NBA rules as opposed to college rules are a lot different how they work. There's a ball that's off the face of Hersey. So we'll stay with the steam. But you know what I mean? The strategy base is very different in the NBA from college, how the clock works.
There's 150 seconds left. If one team takes all 24 seconds 4 times, that's 96 seconds.
Breaking out my abacus here.
that's 96 seconds.
Sure.
So that still leaves you with 54 seconds of time for the other team.
Which is a ton.
And when you can get down and get a shot off in 5-6 seconds, the three-point line, and critical right here to make your free throws.
First one is missed right there by Chad Fortenberry. I was noticing Evans without his face mask off. And I was wondering if he takes it off for all free throws, but he just had it off for that first shot, and he puts it back on for the second one.
Another thing I think you'll see in this league as the season progresses is just
another missed free throw there.
Better play by the teams as they gel together. They will become a team. Plus, they'll get used to playing these 48-minute games. These rules, the professional rules.
RiverShark basketball on that 50-50 call right in front of their own bench. But I'm picking up what you're putting down. I know what you mean, too. And not only that, but these players are going to get accustomed to it. The coaches will get more accustomed to it. I mean, let's not forget here, both Al Grushkin and Darrell Robinson are both making their first professional coaching debut. I mean, they've never coached under these rules before either.
And another thing is the players will get used to how the game is being officiated. It's a rough game, but there are certain things you can't do. Like that was a touch foul. But if you'll just learn what the tendencies of the officials are and what you can get away with, what you can't.
Well, you also get to learn that it's a whole lot nicer to play with 6 fouls to give than 5, like you did in the collegiate days as well.
Think about it. That's 1 foul every 8 minutes, whether it's college or pro.
That's a good point. It's a good point from a timing standpoint, yep. There's another missed free throw. Knocked out of bounds by the Steam. It'll stay with the RiverSharks. 2:15 left. And Coach Grushkin is going to take a time here to think about it as well. Almost like he's almost playing offense-defense here. It's a short 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Again, don't forget, coming up on Sunday at 1 o'clock, we'll start this double dip of basketball action. The RiverSharks will host the Bloomington Flex at 1 o'clock. I'll be on the call with that one along with Craig Fata. And then at 4 o'clock, we'll have the second half of our doubleheader. The Gateway Steam against the Chicago Force. So another St. Louis-Chicago rivalry maybe to get rolling along here. That again coming up on Sunday at 1 and 4 o'clock here at the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. Arena's got a soccer team going on here as well. The St. Louis Ambush play indoor soccer here, so that's kind of, if you can see some of the dasher boards up on your video screen, that's where those are coming from. Actually, the goal is still up on to my right here as well, with some of the glass pieces up there. It's a multi-use facility. I've even seen a couple of concerts here in town, including Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper was here.
You got it.
Oh, wow.
Alice Cooper with, there's a little alley-oop slam stuffed home by Fortenberry there.
Nice find by McGill, too.
With David Bowie and Alice Cooper were both here. Was it David Bowie? That's who it was? It was a great Halloween show.
Another steal.
Sure. Here come the Steam back up the other direction. Little hesitation. Lost the basketball. Stolen away. Now DeWitt trying to fire it up. He's going to get it again, and now timeout is called. I think Grushkin called timeout as soon as DeWitt gathered up the basketball the second time. Kind of wishes he
See if we
hadn't.
get one more look at the alley-oop. McGill finds Fortenberry.
Well, that's what you were banging on the table for. I'm figuring this out here. Got the rest of the schedule. Won't be back here in St. Louis or in St. Charles, pardon me, again until the 24th when the RiverSharks and the Steam play again. That's a Saturday night, and then into Sunday. There'll be another one of those Sunday double dips as well. The Flex will take on the Steam at 4, and the early game will be the RiverSharks hosting the Force. So plenty of action throughout the season. This will last into late March. Late March will be the regular season, and the playoffs will start.
12-point lead now for the RiverSharks. Coach Grushkin he really wants to see his team control the basketball. No more turnovers. If we control the ball, eat up 24 seconds and get a decent shot, he'll be happy. Obviously, they want to execute and make those shots, but at least take the time, don't lose the ball.
Now Hogg taking it to the rack, couldn't get the left-handed shot going, and what do you know, they didn't get back quickly enough on defense. Layup, put back is in. Another one stuffed home by Fortenberry, and we're at an 10-point contest now.
Perhaps that was a force on that last possession there by Hogg. There's about 10 seconds still on the shot clock, and a wild left-handed shot off the drive.
Well, I think he saw a clear opening, but that opening closed pretty quick. Now a crossover, ball lost out of bounds. Last touch again by the RiverSharks, so they're trying to choke away this lead here.
In
70 seconds left.
Minor league professional basketball, I've seen some crazy things. I've seen a game-winning three-pointer called on goaltending.
Speaking of threes, there's one from across the way. Hit off the front of the iron, though. Rebound controlled by the RiverSharks. Now back the other direction they go. Lost it for a moment. There's a slap across the face. No whistle was blown, a clear foul. I mean, it's like Hersey's almost bleeding. Back the other way comes Anderson. He's going to kick it in the corner. There's a three ball short. Rebound being batted around again. That was last touch by Hersey. And that should stay the Steam. But no, they say they're going to give it to the RiverSharks.
Yeah, well, what happened was Fortenberry thought it was going out off of the Steam, and he tried to save it even though it was obviously off of Hersey. So
39.7 left. It's 106-96. We'll step aside and come on back with a finish, won't you?
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late, afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police cannot be charged with underage drinking.
It's Indiana's Lifeline law. Make the call. Get help. Save a life.
Alcohol makes smart teens do stupid things. Stop it from becoming deadly. Make the call, get help, save a life.
Getting down to it now, 39.7 seconds left, 106-96. The RiverSharks have the lead over the Steam. Steam have, according to our scoreboard here in-house, 7 timeouts left.
Let's hope they don't use them all.
No kidding, right? Ball inbound and racing up the other direction. There's the Steam now. It's kicked over to the far side. They're trying to burn some clock out. Lobbed back over top to Terry Evans, and they're just playing around in the perimeter now. Skip pass up top. It's stolen away. Hit off the foot. And back the other direction. There it's Fortenberry with it, but he has it stolen. Now standing there all by himself, that's DeWitt. He's going to take it to the rack and flush it home with a big right hand.
And that is our player of the game.
We'll hear from him in the post game. If our ears stop ringing after that slam. My goodness. That'll do it. Final score tonight, 108-96.
With your attention, please. You can watch live streaming.
It's a great thing. It was fun yesterday because we're up in Nevada City, and so I was able to watch the game.
Excited to have this online, and so they can view it now and later, and people that can't be here. It's been a really cool thing.
It's a great experience. Anybody who's not had the opportunity to be here at the game, this brings the game to you.
On coachesaid.com. That's coachesaid.com.
This is my son, Brett Finbloom, student athlete, community volunteer, college freshman. Ever heard of him? It was all there in his obituary. Brett died after just 2 hours of drinking. Not in a fall, not in a car crash. He drank too much, too fast. Brett died at a party from alcohol poisoning. Friends watched. A few tried to help, but no one called 911 until it was too late, afraid they'd be arrested for drinking.
If medical help is needed because of alcohol, call 911 immediately.
Stay until help arrives and cooperate.
Minors who call for medical care and assist police cannot be charged with underage drinking.
It's Indiana's lifeline law. Make the call, get help, save a life.
Alcohol makes smart teens do stupid things. Stop it from becoming deadly. Make the call, get help, save a life.
Back inside here at the Family Arena, and what a night it was. The inaugural game of the inaugural season of the Missouri Professional Basketball Association. And joining me now, a man who I've got a lot in common with, as a matter of fact. Despite how we look at you playing and me just sitting here, this young man, of course, I'm talking to is Keith DeWitt, a High Point, North Carolina native, where I used to make home as well. I lived in Evansville, Indiana for a while, which is where Southern Indiana is, which is where you played for the Eagles as well.
Yes, sir.
Forget about all of that, though. Talk about tonight. What a great start to to this league, and a good start for you as well. Talk to me about the approach that you guys had coming out of the locker room, because it looked like you wanted to establish the paint down low early, and you certainly got some good feeds from your guard play and made that pay off.
Definitely. I got to pay homage to them for getting me the ball, and I was just trying to do my job to score inside, make it tough on the defense, and had a pretty good game.
What do you attribute your basketball success to? The one thing that I was impressed about with you tonight was your touch around the hoop. I thought you had it's not like you had a whole bunch of dunks until that last one that was pretty thunderous. I'm sure that was nice to get out at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But the touch around the basket, that takes a lot of work. Where does that come from? Who kind of helped you out along the way?
I think that's just natural feeling, I guess, for the game. I work on here and there, but just natural abilities, I guess.
Was it strange for you to play with a group of guys who I assume you barely know?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume you guys just started practicing. I mean, the roster wasn't even finalized here as of late until recently. How was that for you and the rest of your locker room and your coaches and everybody getting to know each other on the court?
Well, I got a good coach and a great guy, so it just speaks to that. And I hit a couple shots, and they want to keep, keep feeding me.
Going, right?
Yeah, so it was pretty easy.
Gotcha. All right. And last question for you. This league, what do you see? Why did you come to the Missouri Professional Basketball or the Midwest Professional Basketball Association? Why the MPBA? I know there's other options out there for you. What drew you here? Was it the coaching? Was it the setup of the league? Tell me your thoughts on why here and why St. Louis.
It was just some connections that I had, and also I had wanted to get back out there. I haven't been playing almost in 2 years, and I've been waiting for a great opportunity to come by, and I think this is it. I prayed about it. My family, talked about it. So I think this is the move. And then also a team that's just starting up. I'm glad to be a part of that. What I'm saying? So kind of pioneer of that. So I'm really blessed and humbled to be here. Honestly.
What did you do for anybody else that's maybe tuning in or just hearing out about the MPBA? Maybe they've been off for a year or two. They haven't played for a while either. I mean, what did you do to stay in shape to get back into this? Who did you lean on? Were there past coaches that you reached out to? How did you get involved in this?
High school coach here and there, and really managed some stuff by myself in the gym, and just really staying dedicated, not giving up on my dream and my passion for basketball. So it's really a blessing, honestly, to be here playing how I'm playing after sitting out 2 years. I'm just ready to start back playing again, honestly.
Well, I'm ready to keep watching you play again. Hey, listen, man, it was a fun game to watch you play. Continued success to you all season long. Get to know your guys a little bit more as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully they don't give you too much for getting the first interview after the first game. You know what I mean? Yeah. So give them hell out there, all right?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Folks, again, thanks again to Keith DeWitt joining us here. I don't have his stat totals. We'll have that here in just a bit. But Keith putting up 30 points throughout the course of the night, near 30, double-double for sure. A fantastic night for you. Folks, we're going to step aside, take a quick break, come back. We'll talk about some of the stats as well. Thanks again to Keith DeWitt joining us, back with plenty more right after this on the MPBA Broadcasting Network.
Game, but that's what makes it all the more fun to play.
Just keep working hard and encouraging each other and staying positive.
And it keeps us motivated to keep going and to keep persevering towards the top, because that's what sports is all about.
I'll thank them. And
back inside the family arena, where your final score tonight was the St. Louis RiverSharks knocking off the Gateway Steam 108-96. That's your score. The big story, though, the inaugural game in the inaugural year of the MPBA, and what a night it was. Big thanks again to Keith DeWitt sitting down here and joining us after the game. What a game he had. 30 points to lead all scorers for Keith tonight.
Well, 13 out of 19 from the floor, 4 out of 6 from the line, as well as 11 rebounds. And I think they might have shorted some rebounds because the action is fast and furious, and for the stat keepers, if they haven't ever done that in this type of game, it is tough to keep up. The other scoring for the RiverSharks, Leak had 23 on 9 out of 12 shooting, 4 out of 6 from the line. Hogg with 18, 5 out of 12 from the field, 8 out of 16 from the line. And let's see, who else? Williams with 15, McGowan with 10, 8 for Hersey, 2 for Roundtree, and 1 for Evans. For the Steam, they were led by Anderson, as Jake from Iowa State had 20 points on 6 out of 9 shooting, 4 out of 4 from the line. Also in double figures was Brandon McGill with 12 for Terrell Williams, 10 for Fortenberry. He had a couple of dunks there late to spark the crowd a little bit. 8 points for Miller, 8 points for Mosley, 6 for Riggs, 9 for Babbitt, 5 for Gills, 2 apiece for Trueblood and Hart.
Well, in total, you're looking at what's the total rebounding? I want to know the team total rebound. Does it have it on there at all? I guess it says 14 is on that count.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it had.
Okay.
That's where I know that
Gotcha.
there's just again glitches on some things. Sometimes
Sure.
things happen with the stats. But hey, while I have a chance here, I do want to thank our group: Jordan, Josh, Emily, our producer Reed Shapiro, our executive producer Dino O'Neill, and thank you, partner.
A lot of good people making this all possible here tonight. Big thanks to our on-air guests as well. Ed Schumer, actually not only our guest, but the guy that's the reason why we're standing here right now, of course. And a big thanks to Keith DeWitt as well, joining us here on the postgame. That's going to do it for the broadcast here tonight, folks. Tune in again Sunday, 1 o'clock. We'll have a doubleheader coming your way, 1 o'clock and a 4 o'clock right back here at the Family Arena. For all those mentioned before, I'm Jason Troop signing off and repeating the final score for the final time tonight. RiverSharks over the Steam, 108-96. Have a great Friday night, everybody.